A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all-old-time radio.
The Johnson's Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Water Repellent Glow Coat presents Fibber McGee and Molly with Bill Thompson, Gail Gordon, Arthur Q. Bryan, Dick LeGrand, Cliff Arquette, Elvia Allman, and me, Harlow Wilcox. The script is by Don Quinn and Phil Leslie. It's produced and directed by Frank Pittman with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. Fibber and Molly join us in a moment. Here it is, the first announcement of a sensational new Johnson product. A new auto wax dramatically superior to any auto wax ever developed. It's reported in the public interest in the June Reader's Digest. It's called Johnson's Car Plate, C-A-R-P-L-A-T-E. And here's what it is. A new kind of wax, a new chemical discovery that gives two sensational benefits. One, Car Plate is tougher than any paste auto wax that's ever been developed. Two, and just listen to this, it's so easy to apply that you can wax your car in 20 minutes with no rubbing. Now, here's what Car Plate means to you. It means that the car you're driving can shine like new tomorrow, and you can keep it shining like new as long as you drive it. There's no trick to using Car Plate. Just spread it on a clean car, let it dry, then wipe. Your car's not just polished, it's sealed with a coat of wax that's diamond bright and diamond smooth. A 10-ounce can of Johnson's Car Plate is enough to wax 2 whole cars. Costs only $1. Your money back if you're not completely satisfied. Car Plate is on sale right now in your town. Ask for Car Plate, C-A-R-P-L-A-T-E, at your service station or dealers tomorrow. We don't know what it is about the Irish, but they seem to be natural cowpunchers. Hopalong Cassidy, for instance, and Colonel Tim McCoy, and that great bull expert who was just made a cattleman in this morning's mail, Tex McGee of Fibber McGee and Molly.
But I don't understand, dearie. Why does Uncle Sycamore want you to manage his ranch this summer when you don't know a hackamore from a lawnmower?
Oh, yes, I do, kiddo. I got the Old West in my blood.
Well, yes, I guess you have at that.
You betcha.
When you cut yourself, you moo like a Hereford.
What I mean is, Tootsie, my Uncle Sycamore's lived out west for 40 years. And my father was a buffalo hunter, you know.
So was mine.
Yeah?
Yeah. He hunted the ones on the backs of nickels. But read Uncle Sycamore's letter again, dearie.
Okay. And if you can spare the time...
You can.
I want you to take charge of my ranch near Kilgore, Texas, for the summer. I'm just running a small herd this year, only 2,500 head. And I'm sure you can boss the spread okay.
I only hope those cattle don't stampede and spread the boss.
Anybody can handle cattle. All you have to do is see they get fed, watered, and kept healthy.
That's exactly what I do for you. Say, I've been a cowgirl for years and didn't know it.
Ah, you'll love it out there, Molly. We'll have a big siesta every Saturday night and invite everybody. When roundup time comes, you can run the chuck wagon.
Let Chuck run his own wagon. I'll do the cooking, though.
Well, I reckon we ought to go down to the bomb town before sundown and lay us in some duds, Ma. Go get your sunbonnet on while I hitch up the buckboard, and we'll head for the trading post.
Hold it, Tex, hold it. Company, come in.
Well, if it ain't the old-timer. Howdy, partner. Hunker down by the fire for a spell.
If I'd have known you was coming, I'd have baked an enchilada.
How'd you do?
How'd you do?
How'd you do? Oh, kids, that kind of talk always makes me homesick. Homesick for the open range.
Does it really?
Yep. I can shut my eyes and see it now. The open range. And Papa sitting there in front of it with his feet in the oven all winter long. come all this cow talk, kid?
I'm going to manage a cattle ranch this summer, old-timer, for my Uncle Sycamore down in Texas. He's going prospecting for oil and wants me to take over the ranch for him.
Oh, that's great country, that Texas. Spent my boyhood down there. Had a job as a cowpuncher on a pig ranch, kid. But I had to give it up. Things got out of control.
Why, what happened?
Well, sir, one of the pigs was rooting around one day and struck something that caused one of the biggest booms in the state of Texas.
Oil, eh?
Nope, dynamite. Grandpa had started away for a rainy day. He was a bank robber, Grandpa was.
Oh?
Besides being a midget.
A midget bank robber?
Yep, robbed piggy banks. 7 foot tall, Grandpa was, and his stocking feet.
7 feet tall? That's not a midget.
It is in Texas, daughter. Texas, everything is big. I know the Crow Indian out there as big as an ostrich.
Medicine man?
No thanks, son. I feel fine.
So you really like Texas, do you?
Oh, it's a wonderful place, daughter, and very generous people, too. I mind during the war, when building materials were scarce, I needed some tar for a new roof. Folks from all over Texas loaned me enough tar to finish the job.
Well.
That's why I give Texas the name it's got.
What name?
Texas, the Lone Tar State. Get out of here, kid.
Yeah. Maybe we ought to go with it.
Well, if we're going down to the Bonton to get some Western clothes, dearie, we better get started.
Okay, I'm going to need some wool shirts, a few spurs, a pair of bow-legged pants, and... Hey, I wonder what I ought to do about chaps.
Rub them with cold cream.
Huh?
You get used to that, you know, after you ride.
I don't mean that kind of stuff. I mean them fur pants without any seat in them that cowboys always wear when they ride. Come in.
Oh, hello, Ole. Come in.
Well, thanks, Mrs. Hello, McGee.
Howdy, stranger. Lie down, set a spell.
What's wrong with him, Mrs.? He get a new Ye Notre comic book? Or did he used to get sandburrs in his cereal?
No, we're going out west this summer, Ole. McGee is going to manage a cattle ranch in Texas.
Yeah, you ought to come down there on vacation, Ole. You ever do any horseback riding?
Oh, sure, McGee. When I was a kid on the farm, I learned to ride a horse before I learned to walk.
Did you really?
Yeah, sure. Even now when I ride a horse a while, I have to learn to walk all over again.
So you were raised on a farm, were you, Ole? I wondered where you got that accent.
Yeah, that's where I met my Mrs. McGee.
Oh?
Her papa owned a dairy farm there where I worked.
Oh, I catch on. Romancing the boss's daughter, were you?
Yeah. She was sitting up with a sick cow when her papa caused me to give her medicine.
Oh?
How romantic. Was she pretty, Ole?
Oh, very attractive, Mrs. She had a yanker disposition and big brown eyes, and she keeps switching her tail all the time.
Oh.
You mean my missus?
Of course.
Well, at the time, McGee, I didn't notice. I look up in my book what to do for the cow, but when I sit down, she gives a big moo and hits me with her horn.
The cow?
No, my missus. It was New Year's Eve, and she was celebrating with horns. Well, when I finally make the cow well, though, she was so happy she gives me a big kiss.
Girl kissed you, eh?
No, the cow did.
Oh.
Like my face. I was over there many times to see sick cows after that because always my missus sits up with them.
I'll bet you were.
Yeah, I used to get paid overtime doctoring cows, too.
That's all.
Till one day the boss finds out I'm in love with his daughter.
What happened then?
After that, when a cow gets sick, I'm used donating my time. Well, happy vacation, both you fellas. So long, sir.
Billy Mills and the orchestra, and stay with the happy people.
Western Department here at the Bonton, McGee.
Oh, they must have. I want to stop at the music counter, too. Get some mandolin picks.
You're taking your mandolin?
Why, sure, Ma. Might want to serenade the beef critters if they get restless.
Oh, leave the mandolin to home, Pa. If them cows want to stampede, don't you help them. Besides, you don't have to corn the beef till it gets to the slaughterhouse.
You're a clip, Ma. You can't ride the range without you want to...
Incidentally, do we have to talk like this till we get to Texas? And do they talk this way even in Texas?
Why, sure they do. Why, when I was out in Texas one time, I was talking...
Your attention, please. Will the nearsighted lady who left the houseware department dragging a dust mop please return it and pick up her poodle? Thank you.
Say, I wonder if I ought to pick up a sunbonnet, McGee, and maybe a few...
Oh, there, Molly. Hello, McGee.
Oh, hello, Mr. Mayor.
Hi, Latriv. Glad we saw you before we left.
Left? Don't tell me you're going away for a while. Oh, yes. Yes, tell me that.
We certainly are, Your Honor. We're going out to Texas to manage McGee's uncle's cattle ranch for the summer.
Ever punch any cows, Latriv?
No, but I smacked a goat in the nose once. It was at my initiation into a literary fraternity, and this animal used a conjunction in the wrong place.
What conjunction?
But.
I was referring to cattle ranching, Latriv. Ever live out west where men are men and sleep on the ground because they don't take any bunk from anybody?
Yes. I was visiting out in Texas in 1931 and was adopted into an Indian tribe.
Oh. What tribe? Navajos?
No, the Texacos. They were all oil millionaires, vanishing Americans. They'd disappear into a bank while you were talking to them.
They adopted you into the tribe, eh, Latriv? Interesting procedure?
Oh, yes, it was, McGee. First, they did a war dance with the 40-piece Maya Davis Orchestra. Around a campfire kindled with $20 bills, waving gold tomahawks and drinking mezcal. Bonded, of course.
Oh.
And chanting an old Indian song called When I Grow Too Oiled to Dream.
What a lovely ceremony.
Yes, then they smoked a pipe of peace, a $30 long-stemmed Dunhill, gave me a feather headdress, and named me Wahanimo Popo Hunda Poo-Poo.
Meaning what?
New member. Well, happy vacation to you both.
Well, thanks.
Thank you.
Well, come on, kiddo. We better start stocking up on our Western outfits because...
Your attention, please. Will the elderly gentleman who wanted to play with the electric trains in the toy department please come back? The railroad strike has been settled. Thank you.
By the way, McGee, where is the Western Department?
It's over on the east side of the store, I think. Very logical. Oh, no, here it is, right here. Hey, look at the tweezers. Special today, 35 cents.
Tweezers? Are they Western equipment?
You'd think so if you ever sat on a cactus. Hey, Bud, are you occupied?
No, sir, I'm Doppelgong. Oh. Marvin Doppelgong. Here's my card, sir.
Oh,
well, how do you do, I'm sure. What does the card say, McGee?
It says, Dear Marvin, I'll meet you for lunch at 12:30 in gents' underwear. Love.
Yeah, oh, pardon me, that's the wrong card. Here's my business card.
Oh.
I'll be with you in a moment.
Okay, Marvin, we'll browse around. This is a browsy-looking department, anyhow. Hey, Molly, I think I'll need a Texas hat. And don't
Hello, Molly. Hiya, pal.
Well, hello, Mr. Wilcox.
Hi, Junior. I was going to call you up later and tell you the news. You ever hear of Kilgore, Texas?
No. Did you ever hear of Car Plate?
Is that in Texas? We're going there.
Baby, I'll say it's in Texas and everywhere else. Johnson's have just come out with the biggest news for car owners since they threw away the crank. You want to hear about it?
Son, if you've really got something new to talk about, you've cornered a couple of happy little listeners.
Yes, for 15 years.
Well, this is new, all right, and terrific. It's the greatest thing.
Well, tell us, Junior. Tell us, boy.
Pal, it's about Johnson's Car Plate, a basic new chemical discovery from the Johnson Wax Laboratories. Car Plate is a smooth-flowing, wipe-on liquid wax, a completely new type of auto wax. You just spread it on and wipe it off with no more than fingertip pressure. And it's amazing. It leaves your car with an even brighter finish than when it was new.
Don't you have to rub it to get that shine, Mr. Wilcox?
Nary a rub. You can do the job in 20 minutes, Molly, and believe me, it gives your car the kind of shine it used to take hours of hard rubbing to get. And furthermore, CarPlate is unconditionally guaranteed to give you the longest-wearing, smoothest, brightest wax finish your car has ever had, or your money back.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that always convinces me, Junior, that money-back stuff. Any outfit that's got that much confidence in it...
Well, you can see why I'm sort of excited. I feel like Columbus when he discovered America.
Yeah.
Balboa when he discovered the Pacific Ocean. And Piggly when he discovered Wiggly.
Sounds pretty terrific at that, Mr. Wilcox.
I'll tell you how terrific it is, Molly. Reader's Digest has recognized the importance of this remarkable new auto wax to the millions of car owners and devoted an article to its discovery and development in the June issue. Be sure to read it. Hey, pal, are you driving to Kilroy, Texas?
It's Kilgore, Waxy. Gore, like when an angry bull tries to horn in on you.
Oh, I see. Well, when you get there, pal, tell the cowboys about CarPlate. I'd never give a cattleman a bum steer. Have a nice vacation.
Must be a strain of Hereford in that boy. He was really white-faced about that new CarPlate. Well, we better get busy and get our stuff.
Yes, I think the clerk is free now, Davy.
Hey, Marvin, are you free now?
Sir, I am never free.
Oh.
I am chained to this counter hour after hour, day after day, people after bargains. What did you want, sir?
We need some Western equipment.
Going to run a ranch in Texas this summer, Bud. I'm Foreman.
Well, how do you do, Mr. Foreman?
No.
And this, I presume, is Mrs. Foreman?
No, I'm Mrs. McGee.
Oh.
But never mind that. What have you got in Western clothes?
A cousin named Alden who fiddles for square dancing. He wears such tight pants that every time he sits down, he has to replace his E string. But as I often say, Alden,
Look, Marvin, never mind the family reminiscences. We want to buy some clothes for Texas.
Oh, very well, sir. How old is little Texas? Now, with a drawing boy, you have to allow...
No, Mr. Doppelgong. We don't mean a boy named Texas. They're for my husband.
Yeah.
Oh, for Mr. Foreman here. Well, what size cowboy suit did you wear, Mr. Foreman? I don't think the Hopalong Cassidy outfits come in a 44 stub.
I don't want a Hopalong Cassidy stub. Look, I want some Western pants, some blue jeans.
Yes. Do you carry Levi's?
No, madam. Levi carries his own. I have all I can tote without having...
Cut it out, will you? Now, look, I'm going to be running a ranch, see? 2,500 head of cattle. I'll have 4 or 5 hands working for me, and naturally, I want to look my best.
Well, sir, if you have 4 or 5 hands, you look best in a coat with 4 or 5 sleeves. Now, we only have one, a coat of arms we made up for a gentleman.
Please, Mr. Doppelgong.
Doppelgong, Mrs. Foreman. Gong.
Calling Mr. Lunk. Mr. Walter Lunk. Please report to Mr. Newhouse's office immediately. Thank you. Mr. Newhouse, please. Let go of me, for goodness sake.
Come on, baby. Give me another little... Hey, is that speaker turned on?
Oh, good heavens, yes, I forgot to...
Heavenly day.
Oh, that Newhouser. Always in there pitching. Now then, what can I do for you, Mr. Foreman?
You can stop calling me Mr. Foreman. My name is Mr. McGee, Fibber Mr. McGee.
No, you're Foreman.
I'm confused.
No, you're Mrs. McGee.
No, Now, wait a minute. Let's start over here. Now, look, Bud, I want to buy a Stetson. What have you got in a good, comfortable hat?
My head, sir. I'm going to lunch. Good day.
Kingsmen, hold that critter down.
Yippee-yi-yi-yow. It's roundup time and the weather's fine and the spray must all be branded. The irons fry and the doggies cry, but the old man has commanded. So all day long I sing this song, hold that critter down, hold him down.
looking these chaps and spurs, Molly. Pretty Western, huh?
Yes. But take your feet off the Davenport before you tear our good furniture with those things. Why do you need spurs, anyhow?
What you mean, why do I need spurs? Why does any hard riding up at the crack of dawn saddle-happy bull-waddy need spurs for? Because when you ride into town and tie up at the soda fountain, you can dig your heels into the bar stool. Oh, Molly, think of me in charge of 2,500 head of cattle. Hey, did we get a wire from Uncle Sycamore while we were downtown?
Well, not that I know of. Should we have?
I wired him and asked him when roundup time is and what kind of cattle he's got. You know, if they're longhorns, I'll have to buy a lasso with a bigger loop in it because... yeah, them longhorns are... You gotta have... Who's that, telegram?
No, it's Dr. Gamble, McGee.
Oh, him. Oh, boy. Wait till old Doc sees me in these chaps and spurs. He'll be so jealous he'll... Come in.
Hello, Dr. Gamble. Do come in.
Thank you, Molly, and good day to you, lump rump.
Well, howdy, Doc, you old horse thief. Hitch up and set a spell, partner. You sure are a sight for sore eyes, aren't he, Ma?
Yes, he is, dearie.
You betcha.
And you're the sight that'll make them sore.
I hear you're getting ready to leave on vacation, Molly. Where are you going this year, the seashore?
No, Doctor, as a matter of fact...
You can see by my clothes that we're heading for the wide open spaces, partner. We're going back where the heart is. Back among the simple, kindly folks.
Peoria. Well, if they can stand you...
Dad, Brad, we're not. We're going to Texas, you big rum-dum. Don't be so stubborn. My gosh, what would I be wearing these chaps to Peoria for?
Oh, I think those fur breeches would be very apropos, my boy.
Yeah?
When you left Peoria, you didn't have any seat in your pants either.
Oh, yeah. And you've never had that trouble, low bucket. Your pants are so full of seat that by George...
Please, now, dearie. You're forgetting the code of the Old West, dearie.
Pardon me, Ma.
You know, a real Texan never insults a guest under his own roof.
Shucks, Ma, you make me downright ashamed. I've been acting like a wind-broke maverick with a burr under his saddle.
Oh, Pa, you sure get off some good ones.
I'm quite a wag among the waddies. We're peace-loving folks, partner.
Oh, cut it out. You're about as Western as a Bronx cab driver.
Westerner.
You speak English, Molly. What's this all about?
Letter from McGee's Uncle Sycamore, Doctor. Wants himself here to manage his ranch in Texas this summer.
He's got quite an outfit, Docky. He said...
I'll go see who it is, dearie.
Gee, I wish you could go out to Texas this summer, Fatso. I'd like to show you the country on horseback.
No, thanks. I can take a horse or leave him. In fact, both times I've taken them, I've left them. And as for beef, I'll have mine with parsley, a green salad, and 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah, but when you're riding the range with 2,500 head of cattle, riding through miles of sagebrush, keeping an eye peeled for rustlers...
Oh, a telegram for you, McGee.
Hot dog from Uncle Sycamore. Wait a second, Doc.
Okay.
I sent for all the details of what kind of cattle and when was the roundup and stuff. The reason I asked was if all our friends want to come out for the roundup, you see, I can get the...
Well?
What does it say, McGee?
Well, it's, not exactly the... Well, what I mean is...
Let me see that telegram, Cisco. Dear Fibber, who said anything about cattle? I have a 2-acre ranch with 2,500 head of the finest turkeys in Texas. Roundup time 3 weeks before Thanksgiving. Regards, Uncle Sycamore.
Heavenly days, a turkey ranch.
Turkeys? Why, of all the fowls...
I should take it all back, Sonny. Uncle Sycamore is a great judge of man.
Huh?
Anybody who can toss out the corn like you is a born turkey rancher.
Fibber and Molly return in a moment. You have never seen anything like Johnson's car plate because there never has been a product on the market like it. Reader's Digest, recognizing the importance of this remarkable new auto wax, devotes an article to its discovery and development in the June issue. Just think, in 20 minutes, you can give your car a better wax shine and better protection than you've ever been able to get from any auto wax or polishing process. Just spread on and wipe. There's no rubbing with Johnson's Car Plate. Get this sensational new auto wax tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for being with us during our 16th year for Johnson's Wax. You've been wonderfully loyal to us all these years, and we'll see you again the second week in September. Ain't it the second week in September, kiddo?
Well, I think so. Let me see a calendar.
Okay, I seen a calendar just the other day. It's right here in the hall closet.
No, McGee, no, now, please.
There it is, second week in September. Good night.
Good night, all.
The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Water Repellent Glow Coat have brought you Fibber McGee and Molly each Tuesday night during the past season. Please be with us again when we return to the air next September, won't you?
Last call. Last call for the bargain of the year in Johnson's Glow Coat. You can still get the world's finest self-polishing floor wax in giant containers that give you 1/3 more wax at no extra cost. And it's the new Glow Coat, the self-polishing floor wax that lasts up to 4 times longer because it's positively water repellent. Look for those giant containers tomorrow at your dealers. They tower head and shoulders over containers of ordinary size. While they last, you get 1/3 more wax at no extra cost. Get Glow Coat tomorrow. Listen at this time next week for the all-new Penny Singleton Show over many of these same NBC stations.
Pet Milk Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. Pet Milk, the first evaporated milk, presents Fibber McGee and Molly with Bill Thompson, Gail Gordon, Arthur Q. Bryan, Dick LeGrand, Cliff Arquette, and me, Harlow Wilcox. The show is written by Don Quinn and Phil Leslie and directed by Max Hutto, with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. You know, I'm just about the luckiest guy in the world. Here I am starting a new season with one of the greatest comedy teams on the air and getting a chance to sell a product that's been a favorite in millions of homes since before I was born. Pet evaporated milk. Why, you've probably been using Pet milk as long as you can remember. Quite likely you were a Pet milk baby. And lucky if you were, too, because Pet milk babies get a specially good start in life. Women who cook with Pet milk get a break, too, because Pet milk makes everyday foods taste wonderful. Why? Because Pet milk is whole milk concentrated to double richness. Only water is taken out. All the cream stays in. The result? Good whole milk that's twice as rich as ordinary bottled milk. Pet milk. Your grocer has it. Get Pet milk tomorrow by the can or by the case. Pet milk, the first evaporated milk. Hello? Yes, this Harlow. Who? Fibber. Fibber who? Oh, McGee. Hiya, pal. How's everything? What's that? You want to barbecue some chickens at your house tonight, eh?
Yep.
Well, I'll be there, pal. There's nobody I'd rather visit on Tuesday nights than Fibber McGee and Molly.
Well, it looks like everybody's coming to the barbecue tonight, Molly.
Now, dearie, why don't you just let me fry those chickens?
No, sir. Don't you fret, kiddo. I'll handle this. This is really going to be a ball. I was even thinking of getting a guitar and a Mexican sombrero and making this into a regular fiasco, you know? You know, a Mexican picnic.
You needn't worry, sweetheart. I'm sure it will be a fiasco. Which reminds me, is Dr. Gamble coming tonight?
I ain't been able to locate Doc yet, but don't worry, he'll be here. Doc don't wear a 46-inch belt from passing up any free meals. That guy can smell a handout like he had radar on his nose. I'll bet that right now he's probably on his way...
Come in.
Over here. Over here. You see, Molly? Hi, Doc.
Dr. Gamble, do come in.
Thank you, Molly. Hello, vacuum top.
Where you been, Longbelly? We've been calling you.
I've been in a meeting, my boy, at City Hall. I was asked to sit on the town council today.
You? Sit on the town council? Well, I will say you're the only man I know that's equipped to sit on 6 guys at once.
Now, McGee, stop it.
He makes me tired.
We were wondering what you're doing for dinner tonight, Doctor.
Yeah, we're having a backyard barbecue tonight, Ducky. In the backyard. Barbecuing some chickens.
Oh, that's my dish, kids. Who's coming? Any young people?
No, this is what you might call a middle-aged spread.
Well, if you're cooking, Molly, count me in.
I'm cooking.
Count me out.
Now, Doctor, don't sell the lad short. He's cooked before. In fact, McGee made a meat pie last summer that every single bite of it was eaten up in 10 minutes.
You betcha.
Who ate it?
Toops' dog, that's who ate it.
Toops' dog, that is. Now, you mustn't disappoint us, Doctor. Everybody else is coming tonight.
Don't coax him, Molly, don't coax him. If Doc stays home, there'll be enough left over to feed 8 normal people.
You don't know 8 normal people, Blabberhead. And speaking of normal, I've got to get down to the hospital and bring some of my patients who aren't quite back, too.
Oh, good. You can drop us off at the hardware store, Doc. Got to get some charcoal and stuff.
Yes. Now, how about the barbecue, Doctor? Will you be here?
Well, seriously, my dear, I'd love to, but I've got to make a call. Emergency. Matter of fact, I hope to save a life tonight.
Oh.
Really, Doc? Whose life?
Mine. I'm going to eat downtown.
Oh, my, aren't hardware stores fascinating, dearie? So full of things. Incidentally, why are they called hardware stores?
Because in the store where you come into it for something that they got so many things different from it that hardly anybody, including the owner, even knows if they got it, you got to look hard whereabouts in the store you think you can keep it. Thus, hardware store.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Now, let me see. I'll need a bag of charcoal, long-handled fork, 6 boxes of matches, barbecue apron, chef's cap.
Chef's cap? Mm-hmm. Isn't that going a little strong, dearie? What do you need that for?
My gosh, you got to have something to beat the flames out when my apron catches fire, don't I?
Oh, I'm sorry. I asked the silliest questions.
Good day, sir. Something I can do for you?
Yeah, you can quit breathing down my neck and start waiting on me.
We're barbecuing some chickens in the backyard tonight, sir, and we need you to...
Well, thank you, madam. I'll be most happy to be there.
No, sir. I was not inviting you to our barbecue. I was saying that we need you to sell us a few things.
Oh, of course. How stupid of us both. I think barbecued chickens are simply marvelous. That golden crust, that tender, flaky white meat, that delicate flavor of...
Hey, cut it out. I ain't had anything to eat since breakfast. I'm weak from hunger.
Well, how do you do? I'm McSneed from Toledo. Yes, and this, I presume, is Mrs. Week? Are you also from hunger, Mrs. Week?
No, I'm from Peoria.
Well, good for you. Say, how far is Peoria from Hungary?
In our case, it was about 2 inches. Look, I didn't mean my name was weak. I'm just famished.
Oh, I see. I suppose lots of people make silly jokes about you going around with Mrs. Week, don't they, Mr. Famish?
Just a minute, please. I am not Mrs. Week. I'm Mrs. McGee.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought you were McSneed.
From Toledo.
No, I'm Famish. No, I am McSneed. Well, now that we have that all straightened out, what can I do for you today?
Well, we're having a barbecue in the backyard tonight.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's getting to be quite a fad, I guess. There were some people in here just a few minutes ago, and they were going to barbecue some chickens, Mr. and Mrs. Week from hunger. Well, they invited me to come.
That was us. And our name isn't Week, and we didn't invite you.
Now, just a minute, madam. There's no use raising your voice to me.
Sorry, you're talking to my wife.
I am not sorry.
You're impertinent.
I am McSneed. Hey, Mr. Alsop, am I McSneed or am I not?
You're fired. Mr. Knott, please take Mr. McSneed's place.
There, you see.
Billy knows the orchestra, and I love the guy.
Barbecue is going to be fun, Molly. I got a gift for this stuff, kiddo.
If this is a gift, I have a feeling you shouldn't have opened it till Christmas.
I guess you forget what a camp cook I am. Remember last summer when we were fishing up in Oregon on the Rogue River and you said I...
On the what?
Up in Oregon on the Rogue River and you said I...
Rogue River, sweetheart.
Huh?
R-O-G-U-E is rogue.
Okay. I won't argue about it.
You won't what?
Arg. A-R-G-U-E, arg.
That's argue, McGee.
Well, like I was saying, remember last summer up on the Rogue River up in Oregon when you said that...
Well, hello there, Molly. Hello, McGee.
Oh, it's his honor, the mayor, McGee. Glad you could come, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, when I phoned the trip, your secretary said she'd ask you, but she thought you were going to Honolulu. Cancel the trip, did you?
Oh, no. That's just a little gag of mine, McGee, to protect myself against petty interruption.
Oh.
I was determined to get some work done this afternoon, and where there's a will, there's a way, you know.
You mean you always make a will before you go away on a trip, Mr. Mayor?
No, Molly, I didn't mean that literally. The expression, where there's a will, there's a way.
You know, that's a heck of a good idea, Latriv, especially on a long trip like to Honolulu.
I am not going to Honolulu. Not at all. I was using
No reason why you shouldn't, Mr. Mayor, if your will's made out. Listen, go ahead and have your fun.
Why, certainly. What if something does happen, like maybe you break your neck trying to peek into the cashier's cage at the Royal Hawaiian when they make out your bill? As long as you know your loved ones are protected, boy, you go...
I didn't say anything about breaking my Royal Hawaiian peeking into... Look, There's an old saying.
Oh, there's lots of old sayings, Mr. Mayor. Like, give a crook enough rope and he'll start a cigar store. And if you're mixed up in anything that's run by a committee, get on the committee.
Little pitchers have big ears so they can hear a runner stealing seconds.
Stop it, please. I'm sorry I mentioned anything about anything. This is the silliest conversation.
Now, relax, Mr. Mayor. Take it easy. Let's all be gentlemen, except me.
Yeah, my gosh, Latriv, you're our guest, boy.
Our honored guest.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Anything you say is fine with us, boy. In fact, we agree with you absolutely. Making out your will before you go someplace 4,000 miles away is
I didn't say anything about milking out my way. Making my woo. When I had to go to Lulu, when I got to Luluhono, travel to the Hubba Wubba, we were... Why, I didn't... You were the ones who said that... I didn't have anything... It was farthest from my... I was... You were...
McGee.
Aloha, Malahini.
You have been to Hawaii?
Oh, yes, we went there this summer, Mr. Mayor.
Did the volcano erupt while you were there?
Oddly enough, it did.
What do you mean, oddly enough?
Hey, Latrivi, don't you want any barbecue chicken? Oh, well. All the more for us. Dad, rat it, look at that fire. It's soon to keep it going. Hey, I know what it needs. Look, I'll throw this in.
Oh, heavenly days, look at that.
Yeah.
It flared up like somebody had used the bellows on it.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you throw on it, McGee?
My draft cards from 1918. Sure, you see, with the draft... Hey, Molly. Here's Harlow Milcox. Hi, Milky.
Hi, Fibber. Hi, Molly.
We're glad you could come to the barbecue, Mr. Wilcox.
Oh, I wouldn't have missed it, Molly. Hey, isn't the trivia here? Said he would be.
He saw you coming, Milkman, and evaporated.
He went to Honolulu, Mr. Wilcox. By the way, I hope you like barbecue chicken. That's what we're having.
Oh, I'm mad about it, Molly. And what's this over here? Coleslaw?
Hey, lay off of that coleslaw, Junior. That's to go with the chicken.
Oh, he's just tasting it, dearie.
And good, too. Hey, this tastes like the pet milk recipe, Molly.
It is, Mr. Wilcox. I've been cooking with pet milk for years. And this coleslaw is so easy. You just mix salt, vinegar, sugar, pet milk.
Oh, I know the recipe, Molly. And you're smart to use pet milk whenever you can because
you said it, Junior. Did you know you can take a can of pet milk and mix the same amount of water with it and it's still richer than ordinary bottled milk?
Well, certainly, pal. That's because pet milk is so...
Double rich. You're so right, Mr. Wilcox. Pet is so rich you can use it in coffee.
Yes, but what I wanted to say
you think that because we got a new sponsor that pet milk is new to us? My gosh, Molly's been using pet milk for...
Look, pal, I think you ought to know.
That pet milk is simply good, sweet country milk. Concentrated to double richness. Oh, we know that, Mr. Wilcox, we do. You know, you're quite a salesman, Mr. Wilcox.
Well, gee, I've been selling since I was 8 years old. Made my first $2 million deal when I was 8.
Wow, a $2 million deal, 8 years old?
Yep. Traded $1 million tricycle for $1 million slingshot. To a kid named Wormhead Williams.
Well, if you traded $1 million tricycle for $1 million slingshot, where was the profit?
No, he let me keep his mud turtle for a couple of days. By the way, pal, may I tell you something personal?
Why, sure, boy.
Your apron is on fire.
Oh, it is, McGee, it is.
My gosh, what? Why didn't you say so?
Well, I guess you tried to.
There. Oh, it's out now. That rat sows the fire.
McGee, let me take those chickens in and fry them. You'll never have them cooked.
No, sir. By George, I'm going to barbecue. Oh, hi, old-timer.
Hi, Ken.
Hi,
I'm sure glad you asked me to come kids. When do we eat?
As soon as these dad-ratted chickens barbecue. They don't seem to...
You like barbecues, do you, Mr. Old-Timer?
Do I like barbecues? Daughter, you sure asked the right party. It was my grandma that invented them.
Your grandmother invented barbecues?
She sure did, kids.
Yeah?
It was even named after her. Her name being Barbara Beatrice Quigley. Barbecue.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I don't believe...
Yes, sir, kids. Grandma was the first white woman, or rather red and white woman, being half Cherokee Indian, west of Illinois to do backyard cooking for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Had a big 5-holder wood-burning range right there in the kitchen, too. But Grandma always brother build a bonfire and roast a few slices of buffalo hump outdoors. Killed one night in the autumn of 1872. After that night, Grandma never so much as basted a mushrat again.
Heavenly days. What happened?
Maybe she used the wrong gin in the crepe Suzettes.
Well, sir, meat was kind of scarce that season on account of prairie fires, and all Grandma could shoot for the pot that day was a great big skinny moose.
Seems enough for a small snack to me.
Well, sir, Grandpa racks up his powder horn and says, Barbie, he says, can you barbecue a moose? Grandma looks at him kind of contemptuous and says, Buck? She says. I always called him Buck because he was so easy spent. Buck, she says, I can cook anything that flies, walks, grunts, howls, waddles, swims, or lays eggs. So Grandpa flangered the moose and hollered for the hired hands to wash up.
That's when formal dining meant take your rifle off your knees and lean it against the wall, eh?
Well, sir, in a few minutes, Grandma made a curtsy with a little white apron and announced that dinner was served. She said, come and get it, you cactus heads, or I'll throw it out. 40 minutes later, everybody sat back and agreed it was the finest eating they'd ever did. Just gorged themselves.
Sizzle.
How did you ever get that scrawny old moose so tender, they says. And Grandma says, well, I ain't got around to cooking the moose yet. Them was just the antlers.
But, Mr. Old-Timer, what was the big catastrophe? Why didn't she barbecue anymore?
That was her last day, daughter. She reached into the woodpile for some kindling and got bit by a sidewinder.
Oh, dear.
Her headstone is a historical marker just west of Naked Joe, Missouri. It says, here lies Barbara B.Q., 1810 to 72. Bit by a rattler when she wasn't looking. At last she's where she knows what's cooking.
The King's Men and the Picnic Song.
Let's have a picnic, picnic, picnic. Bring along your bathing suits and children and all. Let's have a ball. And we'll all take a ride out to the country all together.
Hey, Joe.
Any weather.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, what fun we will have when we get out there. Just can't wait to begin our happy day. Did you bring the chicken, chicken, chicken? Did you bring the weenies, weenies, weenies? Did you bring the mustard, mustard, mustard? Did you bring the ham and biscuits, too? Check. Chicken, weenies, ham, and biscuits.
I ain't sure now. I want to risk it.
Oh, come on, John. On a picnic we will go. On summertime, you know. And we love to spend our Sundays in the park. Hope that Paul won't forget to take the horseshoes. He's a dinger.
That's so.
With a ringer.
Come on, let's go.
All the boys are just raring to go swimming. And the last one in is gonna wish he'd stayed at home. Did you bring the salad, salad, salad? Did you bring the pickles, pickles, pickles? Did you bring the olives, olives, olives? Did you bring the beer and pretzels too? Check. Chicken, weenies, ham and biscuits, salad, pickles, beer and pretzels.
Better take some Alka-Seltzer.
Oh, come on, John. On a picnic we will go. On summertime, you know. And we love to spend our Sundays in the park. Did you bring the coffee, coffee, coffee? Did you bring the soda, soda, soda? Did you bring the popcorn, popcorn, popcorn? Did you bring the cake and the birdies too? Chicken, weenies, ham and biscuits, pickles, olives, beer and pretzels, salt and pepper, cream and sugar, coffee, mustard, cake and berries.
Too darn much to carry.
Oh, come on, John. On a picnic we will go. On summertime, you know, and we love to spend our Sundays in the park.
That brat this fire. Hand me another box of matches, somebody.
Here you are, pal, and that's 6 boxes you've used so far.
If you'd lit those matches one at a time and held them under the chickens, they'd have been done by now.
Now, don't torment him, Doctor, please.
Hey, Johnny, you better turn them chickens over. They ain't cooking, but they're all smoked up on the bottom side.
They are too cooking. Can't you smell them?
That's you, pal. Your apron's on fire again.
Oh, it is, McGee.
Why don't some...
You ought to baste yourself with the barbecue sauce, Johnny. You'll be done before the chickens.
Pipe down. I got trouble enough. What's the matter with these chickens, Molly? I've had a fire under them 15 times, and they're still as raw as Russian propaganda. Getting dark here, too.
It's getting cloudy. I could have this dinner ready in 10 minutes, dearie. Just let me cut the chickens up and fry them, won't you?
No, sir. Not on your life. But somebody can help me blow on this fire. This charcoal... Oh, here comes Ole. Hi, Ole.
Hello,
Hello, missus.
Nice.
Hello, order people. Hey, why you don't set fire to the fire, McGee? You can't barbecue without a fire.
Doggone it, I'm trying to set fire to it. I've been trying to get this fire going for an hour. Come on, Ole, blow, will you?
Look, McGee. If you make up your mind, first you invite me to come to barbecue, and now you tell me to blow. Goodbye, missus. It was nice seeing you.
Oh, no, Ole, no, he didn't mean that.
Of course not. I want you to help me blow on this charcoal. What's the matter with this fire, anyhow?
Well, only one thing I can see, Johnny. It's out.
This look like quite a mess you make here, McGee. Reminds me of a little jingle I hear on the jukebox.
Yeah?
If I knew this was coming, I'd have booked a cook.
You an expert on this stuff, Ole?
Oh, sure, Mr. Wilcox. I got complete equipment for barbecue at my house. What McGee needs is an electric expectorator.
An electric what?
Expectorator, missus. You stick the chickens on, and it keeps turning them over.
Oh, you mean a spit?
Please, we don't say that in front of you.
Look, if all you experts would stop giving me the big lip and a little hand, we might get these chickens cooked.
Yeah. Well, now, boys, one at a time, though. Here, Ole, you're in charge of the furnace at the Elks Club. You ought to know how to build a fire.
Sure, missus. Stood back, McGee. What you need here is a little draft underneath.
Huh?
There's the poker. Well, never mind the poker. I use my fingers.
Be careful now. Heavenly thing.
Right up.
That's a wonderful fire, Ole.
See there? I told you it'd burn if you'd just be patient.
Hey, get them chickens cooked, Johnny. It's coming on dark awful fast. My pepper plates.
Hey, it looks pretty stormy up
Hey, it does look stormy. I'd hate to have this broken up by a rainstorm.
Don't worry, I got that taken care of, too. I called the Weather Bureau, and they promised me they wouldn't...
No, but you... Oh, my God. I'll take the call, sorry. We'll have to get out. Come on in the house, quick.
Hey, wait! The barbecue! The fire! Don't leave me here in the... Hey, wait! Hey! Up there! Why does everything happen to me? Because I'm a chump, that's why. Just a poor sap. Who cares? Nobody, that's who cares. Look at me. Sitting out here on the back porch, soaking wet. Soggy as a chewed cigar. Hair full of charcoal and my shoes full of wet feet. All them wise guys sitting there in the living room, smoking my cigars and drinking my root beer and laughing at me. Worked on them dad-ratted chickens for 2 hours and there's no sign.
McGee, come in out of the wet and go join the boys. Don't sit there on the porch muttering to yourself. You'll catch cold.
I hope I do. I hope I catch an awful cold.
What?
I hope I get double pneumonia. No, just a cold.
Come on in the kitchen, dearie.
All my work, barbecuing them chickens, and they never did get cooked. Hey, what you doing in the kitchen?
what I've been wanting to do all day. I'm frying the barbecue chickens.
Oh.
Get washed up.
I thought I was, but I will.
Fibber and Molly return in a moment. Because you want to give your baby the best possible start in life, naturally you will want him to have the milk that can do the most for him. And no milk you can buy can do more for a baby than Pet Strong Straight Limbs. Yes, Pet Milk has what it takes to enable a baby to build bones that are straight and strong. Sound teeth? Yes, Pet Milk provides the substances that build sound teeth and that help keep teeth free from decay. And how will your baby grow on Pet Milk? Well, if you could see how steadily and sturdily hundreds of thousands of babies are growing on this favored form of milk, you'd have your answer. And remember this, Pet Milk, with all its beneficial qualities, costs less, generally, than any other form of whole milk. Ask your doctor about Pet Milk, the first evaporated milk, the first food for babies.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we started a new series of shows for Pet Milk. We'd like to say it's pleasant to be on the air for such a famous quality product.
And for such nice people as the Pet Milk Company.
You know, it was considered pretty wonderful when Henry Ford improved on the horse, but who would have thought somebody'd do better than a cow?
Medical authorities agree that this product is splendid for babies' formulas. So we hope our association with Pet Milk is merely in its infancy.
Good night.
Good night, Al.
Pet Milk, the first evaporated milk, brings you Fibber McGee and Molly each week at this time. Be with us again next Tuesday night, won't you?
Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The first evaporated milk, Pet Milk, presents Fibber McGee and Molly with Bill Thompson, Gail Gordon, Arthur Q. Bryan, Dick LeGrand, Cliff Arquette, and me, Harlow Wilcox. The show is written by Phil Leslie and directed by Max Hutto with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. Because you want to give your baby the best possible start in life, naturally you will want him to have the milk that can do the most for him. And no milk you can buy can do more for a baby than Pet evaporated milk. Strong, straight limbs and sound teeth? Yes, Pet Milk has what it takes to enable a baby to build bones that are straight and strong. And Pet Milk also provides the substances that build sound teeth. And how will your baby grow on Pet Milk? Well, if you could see how steadily and sturdily hundreds of thousands of babies are growing on this favored form of milk, you'd have your answer. And remember this, Pet Milk, with all its beneficial qualities, costs less generally than any other form of whole milk. Ask your doctor about Pet Milk, the first evaporated milk, the first food for babies. Behind every great inventor in history, you'll always find a patient wife. And behind the inventor who's working on a new kind of fish bait at 79 Wistful Vista right now, you'll find a patient wife with a horrified look. As we join Fibber McGee and Molly.
See now, a cup of salmon eggs, a little more flour, 3 dry flies, a couple of wet flies. Boy, oh boy, is this terrific. McGee's Wonder Bait.
Bait, is it?
Yep.
It looks like a batch of dirty dough. And I don't mean muddy money.
It'll mean money when I put it on the market, kiddo. This stuff will be snapped up like a busted garter. Hand me the flour. Thanks.
How does it work, anyhow?
Huh?
Does the fish take a bite out of it, scream, and jump out of the lake? Or do you roll it into loaves, bake it, and then beat them over the head with it?
Save the jokes, Mrs. McGee. You'll need them if we're going to be on all summer. No, but this is for keeps, kiddo. You're looking at the greatest thing that's happened to fishermen since Isaac Walton invented the alibi. This thing is so big, it scares me.
It's getting bigger all the time, too. Maybe you put too much flour in it.
I'm putting everything into it. Everything a fish ever bites on. Dry flies, wet flies, salmon eggs, dough bait, hamburger, minnows. Oh, hand me some more of that liver there, will you? Oh, never mind, I got it.
Heavenly days, what an idea.
I had to make a few substitutions, of course. We didn't have any minnows in the cupboard, so I opened a can of sardines. Going to mix everything in the dough good, and then I'm going...
Somebody's at the back door. Come in.
Oh, hi, old-timer.
Hello there, kid.
Hello, Mr. Old-Timer.
What you doing, Johnny? Baking a cake? Because that's no way to bake a cake.
No. This is a new type of fish bait, old-timer. Going to make myself $1 million in no time on this stuff. I'll be rolling in dough. Touring the country in my own private yacht. Servants. Imported cigars.
Son.
Huh?
Let me give you a word of advice.
Yeah?
Being a millionaire ain't happiness.
Oh, no? If I had $1 million, boy, I wouldn't care whether I was happy or not. I'll bet I'd be the laughingest unhappy millionaire you ever had.
Mr. Old-Timer, did you ever know any millionaires?
Just one, daughter. My great-uncle Sludge.
Uncle Sludge?
Had a lot of oil wells down in Texas.
Texas? Panhandle?
Nope, he won them in a poker game, Johnny. Had so much money he was miserable.
Yeah?
Come in faster than he could spend it.
Well.
Took to smoking $5 cigars and hired a boy just to bite the end off of them.
That's for me.
Paid the feller just to stand next to him all day and light him with $100 bills.
Boy.
Got so if he lit him with anything less than a 50, it'd give him the hiccups.
Oh, my goodness.
Had a special manicurist to take care of his fingernails and another one to look after his thumbs.
Sounds pretty soft to me.
That's how we got it, Johnny. Soft living made him lazy.
Yeah.
Got tired of feeding himself and hired 2 butlers. One to handle his knife for him and the other one to handle the fork. And then, labor trouble.
Labor trouble?
Uncle Sludge liked to be knife-fed, daughter. Fellow holding his knife for him worked harder than the fork man, and he struck for higher wages. Got into an argument, and they both walked out and left him. That was the end.
The end? You mean?
Yep. Uncle Sludge sat there at a table full of fried chicken and slowly starved to death. Take my advice, son. Stay poor and keep your health. So long, daughter.
Billy Mills, the orchestra, and the Wang Wang Blues.
bait is really shaping up now, Molly. I got everything in it now.
Well, it certainly is a fascinating-looking hunk of gunk.
Now, I'm going to pinch it off and roll it into little balls now. Bait size.
Oh?
Like that. Got a new name for it, too. McGee's Unbeatable Bait Balls. Like it?
Love it.
Ah, this is the greatest idea I ever had, kiddo. This is the greatest idea. I'll clean up.
You can stand it. So can that sink.
Don't you worry about the sink, baby. You've been a good kid, and I ain't going to never forget it.
Well, good.
The very first $1,000,000 I make out of this new invention, I'm going to buy you a new sink.
Oh, you're sweet.
Yeah.
If we make $2 million, can I have a new mop? Or is that expecting too much? You know, it's getting so that you can't...
Gee, Molly? Anyone home?
Oh, I'm here, Mr. Mayor.
Now, Latrivia's the fisherman. Wait till he hears this idea, boy. You'll find... Oh, hi, Latrivia.
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Hello, Molly. McGee.
Hi.
Well, making yourself some marbles, I see. You play much?
These ain't marbles, Latrivia. These is bait.
Bait?
Yep. Look, Latrivia, did you ever fish all day and not get a single nibble?
Doesn't everybody?
Oh, yeah, but look, what would you do if you got handed if a guy handed you a type of bait that every time you threw it in the water you'd catch a fish? I made it.
Well, I'd drop dead, I suppose. Like anyone else. Why?
Because this is it, boy. This is the bait that's got everything. Yes, sir, and only $1 a dozen. Whatever they're biting on, this is it. Minnow, dough bait, hamburger, dry flies, breadcrumbs, pork rinds, wet flies, salmon eggs.
Oh, now you're joking, McGee.
No, I'm not
It's
either.
a very amusing idea, but it couldn't possibly work, of course.
Oh, no.
Well, of course not. I've seen fish caught on feathers, fur, rubber bands, egg sandwiches, and scraps of old red flannel underwear. But if you think I'd be foolish enough to go for a silly thing like this, sell me a dozen. Make it 2 dozen.
Well, heavenly days, your first sale, dearie. You're in business.
I told you fishermen would go for this idea, Molly. Yeah, get a bag, kiddo. I'll count them out. 1, 2...
Dr. Gamble and I are going out to Dugans Lake around 4 o'clock anyhow, McGee.
Well, we'll see you there. We're going out there ourselves after a while. Yeah, here you are. 2 dozen. That's $2.
Yeah, good.
Thanks, boy. Yeah. Now, is there anything else I can do to help you make your fishing trip more enjoyable today, Mr. Mayor?
Why, yes, there is.
What?
Stay home.
My, the mayor is sweet, isn't he, dearie?
Hey, you know, the more I think about this bait, Molly, the more ideas I get. For instance, I'm going to put baking powder in the next batch of bait balls.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Why don't you butter them, too, and serve them to the fish hot with strawberry jam?
No. Listen, will you? With baking powder in them, all you do is put it on your hook and drop it in, see? As soon as it gets wet enough, it rises to the top, so you can check and see if your bait is still on there, see?
An interesting theory.
I'm loaded with stuff like that there. If I don't make $1 million out of this...
$1 million out of what, pal?
Oh, hi,
Hello,
Junior.
Mr. Wilcox. I didn't hear you come in.
Just talking about a new idea, mine, Junior. So big, it scares me. I really got a bull by the tail this time.
Well, go ahead and throw it, pal. You're the boy that can do it.
It's a new type of bait for fishermen, Mr. Wilcox.
McGee's Unbeatable Bait Balls.
Well, pal, that sounds great. The thing I like about it is you have such a tremendous market for an item like that, fishing supplies.
Yeah?
It's like the market I have for pet evaporated milk.
How did we get way over there?
Don't we always?
Well, as a matter of fact, you ought to thank me, pal, because I'm working for you right now. I'm helping to raise your future customers.
You are?
Certainly. Look, you're going to sell to fishermen, right?
Right.
Every fisherman was a baby at one time, and every baby has a chance of growing up to be a fisherman, right?
Right.
And even after they grow up, some fishermen are still the biggest babies in town, right?
Right. So, to give a baby the best possible start in life, to make sure he grows up with strong, straight bones and good, sound teeth, you simply raise him on pet evaporated milk.
Hey, I wonder if fish would like pet milk. Maybe the baby fish would like
You see, pet milk is just good whole milk concentrated to double richness by evaporation.
Yeah, but maybe the baby...
All the good milk minerals the baby needs to grow on are left in. Only water is taken out.
Yeah, and in these unbeatable bait balls, water.
Because, look. If you could see how babies grow on pet milk, how strong and sturdy and happy they are.
Mm-hmm.
Because pet milk is so uniformly rich and so easy for tiny tummies to take.
Speaking of tiny tummies, your belt's unbuckled, McGee.
I didn't.
But see, if you could see that, you'd know... If you could just see that, pal, you'd know why pet milk, the first evaporated milk, the first food for babies...
Milky.
Yes. Yes, pal.
You want to come out to Dugans Lake this afternoon with us? Ollie's coming, and Doc and Latrivia, we're all going to be out there.
Oh, thanks, pal. I'd love to, but I can't make it. Got to go to listen to a lecture this afternoon.
Really? Who's giving the lecture?
My wife. To me.
Mm-hmm.
I had a date to take her to lunch and forgot it.
Yeah.
So long, kids.
So long, Hilo. Better get some more bait rolled here. We want to take plenty of this bait with us.
I'll help you roll some of the
Oh,
bait.
no, I can handle it. I'll tell you what you could do, though, kiddo, as long as you offered. You can get my tackle out.
Oh, all right.
Untangle my line and string the rod, will you?
What? Oh.
You better pack a lunch, too. I get hungry.
Oh.
Then after you back the car out and find my fishing license for me, and make a thermos full of root beer.
Oh, yeah.
Let's set the stuff here, kiddo. See about renting a boat.
Good. Now, don't step on your bait there. Oh, my, isn't it beautiful out here, McGee? Just look at that lake. Doesn't that do something to you?
It sure does. It makes me mad.
What?
All them fishermen out there hogging all the good spots.
Well, don't you worry, dearie. When you get rich this time, you can buy this lake and run everybody off of it. Fish it all by yourself.
What? And have nobody to bum matches off of? When my cigar goes out after I fell in and got everything wet? You see Ole anyplace?
No, where's he meeting us?
Right in front of the little office on the dock here. I left a note for him at the Elks Club, and... Oh, here's the boat guy. Hi, Admiral. You in charge of the fleet here?
Yes, I am, sir, although most of our boats are not very fleet, really.
Now, look, Bud, we're in kind of a hurry. My name is McGee. I'm the inventor of McGee's Unbeatable Bait Ball.
Oh, I love bait balls, sir.
Huh?
I pitched 4 innings myself yesterday. Yes, and I was unbeatable, too.
No, he didn't mean that.
I tell you, my pitching was absolutely sensational. I was magnificent.
Well, now, look, Bud, what I...
Held the mound for 3.5 innings and only allowed 67 hits. Fought off the manager 4 times, and if you ever tried to pitch up to your hips in pop bottles, you'd realize that not here.
Let's talk some sense.
Yes, we want to rent a boat, sir. Himself here wants to fish, and I'd just like to get out in a boat.
Oh, well, I can take care of that, baby. We'll set Pop down on the edge of the dock there with his fishing pole, and I'll give you a canoe ride.
Wait a minute. I ain't her Pop. I'm her husband.
Sorry, babe, wrong number. Now, what can I do for you, sir?
Show me a boat, and I don't want a canoe either. They rock too much.
Well, let me see now. You'll need something you can be comfortable in, with a flat bottom.
Now, don't get personal, Buster.
He means the boat, dearie.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. How about those 2 boats down there?
Huh?
The green ones. Now, the one on the left rents for $3, and the other one is 40 cents.
40 cents? What's the difference?
The $3 one, sir, has a bottom in it. That is our deluxe model.
Well, let's take that one, McGee. We'll need someplace to put the lunch, you know.
Yeah. Well, here's your $3, Bud.
Thank you, and bon voyage.
See, Molly, I'll get our stuff.
Hey, McGee, missus, wait for me.
Oh, it's only McGee. Good.
Yeah, about time, too. Well, hurry up, Ole. Where have you been?
Hey, don't talk to me about where I've been, my goose. Where was you?
Huh?
You didn't meet me where you told me.
What do you mean I didn't meet you where I told you? I told you I'd meet you right here in front of the dock office. I even wrote it down for you.
The Doc office?
Sure.
It says on the door, Dear Ole, I meet you in front of Doc's office.
Huh?
So I've been sitting for an hour and a half in front of Doc Gamble's office.
Sitting in front of Doc Gamble's office?
Sure, just donating my time.
The King's Men and My Truly, Truly Fair.
Now some men plow the open plains, some men trail the brine.
But I'm in love with a pretty little girl. For work I have no time.
Truly, truly fair, truly, truly fair. How I love my truly fair. There's songs to sing her, trinkets to bring her, flowers for her golden hair. Once I sailed from Boston Bay, bound for Singapore. But one day out and I missed her so I swam right back to shore. I love she and she loves me, pardon if I boast. At times we fight all the livelong night about who loves who the most. Truly, truly fair, truly, truly fair. How I love my truly fair. There's songs to sing her, trinkets to bring her, flowers for her golden hair. Truly fair, my truly fair, truly, truly fair, truly fair, truly, truly fair. How I love my truly fair. Soon I'm gonna marry her, long for till I die. There ain't no living on love alone, but still I'm gonna try. Truly, truly fair, truly, truly fair. How I love my truly fair. There's songs to sing her, trinkets to bring her, flowers for her golden
Care for another sandwich, Ole? There's plenty.
Oh, I might as well, missus. Only bites I got all day is from sandwiches.
You probably ain't fishing right, Ole. I've been busier than a picnicker on an anthill. You know, these bait balls of mine are...
Oh, Doctor, you boys want a sandwich over there?
No, thanks, Molly.
Thanks. Like to catch some fish, though?
Ain't you guys caught anything yet? What's the matter, Fatso? You want the old master to come over there in your boat and show you how to use them bait balls? Boy, I've been hauling fish out like... Uh-oh, another nibble.
Oh, no, this is no justice.
Hey, I got him hooked. I got another one.
Good for you, dearie. Hang on to him.
This block I wish I had for brains.
Watch it, Molly. Watch it coming in. Hey, fella. Hey, look at this.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Boy, look at that. Boy, oh, boy.
Did you hear some rumor to the effect that little Jughead caught a fish for trivia?
Why, yes, I believe I did hear some small mention of the fact.
Hey, Doc. Hey, Latrivia. I got another one. That makes 8 so far.
I'm so happy for you.
Look, it's a big mouth bass.
Yes, one big mouth attracts another, I suppose. We see it. Pipe down, Noisy. We're trying to fish, too.
Oh, go fry a pig, you big crab. Move your boat if you don't like it, dear.
Oh, now, McGee, don't talk like
gee
that.
whiz, nobody asked them to anchor their boat right next to our boat in the first place. Did we, Ole?
No, we didn't, McGee.
No.
They was here a half an hour first.
Certainly. String that bass, will you, Ole? I don't want to waste time when they're biting like this. I'm going to move up the front end of the boat.
Watch your feet, McGee, now.
What'd I kick over?
The mosquito oil.
Oh, I'll skip it. Let the mosquitoes go oil themselves someplace else. Well, here I go again.
You know, I don't know what I do wrong, McGee. Maybe I don't fish deep enough. How far down is your bait?
How far down is my bait? Well, that's a silly question. All the way down to the end of my line, naturally.
Thanks very much. You're very helpful.
Well, now, Ole, he likes to help. He'd like to see you catch some fish.
Why, sure, there's plenty to go around. Besides, these unbeatable bait balls of mine... Oh, quiet, everybody! Quiet! I got a nibble.
Quiet, he says.
I got it! I got another one.
Watch it now. Good.
I got it.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Look at fellas. The biggest one yet. Boy, oh boy.
Hey, watch the feet, McGee, the lunch basket.
The lunch basket, dearie.
Well, I'm busy, kiddo. My gosh, somebody else will have to watch my feet. When I'm moving around catching fish like this, let Ollie watch my feet. He ain't busy. Boy, oh boy, what a day this is. Look at that mess of fish. Almost a limit. What a demonstration for McGee's unbeatable bait ball. Well, how about it, you guys? Ain't that the greatest...
Oh, quiet! Yeah! Go home!
Sit down, sweetheart. Give the boys a chance to fish.
Well, okay. Let them fish. My gosh, I ain't stopping them.
Ben, golly, the next time I go fishing with this fella, I stay home. My house with 4 kids is quieter than a boat with one McGee in it.
Oh, my gosh, Ollie, this is important stuff. History's being made today. This ought to make great publicity for my new product. 9 bass in an hour and a half.
Reel in your line, Doc.
How about that, you guys? Boy, I can just see my picture right now in Outdoor Life magazine.
Yeah, I can see that too, McGee.
You can?
Picture of you lying in the shade on that bank right over there.
Huh?
Face down. The caption says, Blabbermouth fisherman found strangled with stringer. Police suspect doctor and mayor.
And they're so right. There's something fishy about this, Doctor, and it's not fish. Have you been using those bait balls of yours all afternoon, McGee?
Why, of course he has, Mr. Mayor. That's the idea, to prove...
It just takes a little special technique, that's all the trivia. You guys just ain't good enough fishermen. Hey, what are you doing?
What's
Hey, let
going
go
on?
of my arm.
No, we're just helping you into our boat.
No, I don't want to go.
Want you to show us how we...
Be careful, Doctor.
Well, I hold the boat steady, Master.
No.
Take it easy, my boy. We just want to ask you a question.
Well, we just want to learn how to catch fish like the old master does it.
Yes, we're just jealous of your skill, that's all.
Oh, well, I got my little trade secrets like any artist. But I ain't going to tell you guys.
Grab his feet, Doc.
Hey, now, wait a minute. No, I got him.
Oh, boys, now be careful with
Hold him over open water, Doc.
Oh,
That's
no,
it.
don't do that.
Come on now, open up.
Huh?
What did you do to those bait balls of yours to make them catch fish?
If I tell you, will you let me go?
Yes.
Well, I pushed the bait ball way up to the top of the hook.
Yes?
Yes.
And down on the bottom of the hook.
Yes.
I put a great big gob of worms.
Worms!
Now, will you let me go?
Let him go.
Fibber and Molly return in a moment. Most women are looking for ways to make their money go further. And one sure way to cut down on the food bill and still give your family the nourishing meals that mean so much is to use Pet evaporated milk. To make meat go further, for example, mix Pet milk and breadcrumbs with ground meat for making good, juicy meat loaf or meat patties. Use Pet milk, too, for rich, creamy, smooth sauces for creamed meats or vegetables. And use Pet milk for making milk drinks for the youngsters, good, nourishing drinks like hot cocoa, for instance. Remember, whole milk is nature's most nearly perfect food. And Pet milk is whole milk concentrated to double richness. Not only that, Pet milk costs less generally than any other form of whole milk. Get into the habit of using Pet milk in the many ways it can be used for making favorite family dishes extra good, extra nourishing. You'll save money when you do. Get Pet milk at your grocer's tomorrow.
Did you finish cleaning the fish, McGee?
Yep. I'm going to roll out some more of these bait balls now. Going to charge $1 a piece for them after this. I'm going to sell them for $10 a dozen.
What?
Sure.
Why, McGee, nobody will buy those things now.
Oh, no.
Why, the boys didn't get a bite with them all afternoon. The fish wouldn't touch them.
Exactly. And that gave me a whole new idea for a sales campaign, kiddo. McGee's unbeatable bait balls. Each one guaranteed to last a lifetime. No fuss. No bother.
No, McGee.
Oh? Oh. Good night.
Good night, all.
The first evaporated milk, Pet Milk, brings you Fibber McGee and Molly each week at this time. Be with us again next Tuesday night, won't you? What kind of person is the happiest? Young wife Sally Carter thinks she can answer that question until a dramatic development helps her rediscover an old truth about what happiness really is. It all happens in the Story of the Week on Pet Milk's Mary Lee Taylor program next Saturday morning. Be sure to listen next Saturday for the Story of the Week and the second big feature, the Recipe of the Week. Next Saturday, it's for Fruit Sunday, a Pet Milk icebox dessert that needs no cooking and costs surprisingly little. Tune in sure to this NBC station next Saturday morning for Pet Milk's Mary Lee Taylor.
Steve Wilson combats crime in Big Town next over most NBC stations.
NBC delays the start of this program to bring you a special news bulletin. Early returns from the important Democratic presidential primary in Florida give Senator Richard Russell a slim lead over Senator Kefauver. The figures: Russell 5,666, Kefauver 4,830. That's with only 5% of the vote counted. Stay tuned to your NBC station for the later news.
The Pet Milk Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The first evaporated milk, Pet Milk, presents Fibber McGee and Molly with Bill Thompson, Arthur Q. Bryan, Gil Stratton Jr., Gloria McMillan, and me, Harlow Wilcox. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Keith Fowler and directed by Max Hutto, with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. Last Sunday was a big day in the life of Charles and Ethel Collins of New York. For the famous Collins quadruplets were 3 years old that day. And what a happy birthday. There they all were, just as happy and vigorous as any 3-year-olds you ever saw. The very same youngsters who, at birth, were so tiny and delicate, everyone wondered whether they would live at all. It would do your heart good to see the difference those 3 years have made, to see how the Collins babies have grown and thrived on their feedings of pet evaporated milk. Almost from the day of their birth, they've had the nutritional benefits of safe, easy-to-digest pet milk. And their steady growth, their strong, straight limbs and sound teeth are evidence that they could have had no better milk. We who are associated with Pet Milk Company are very glad and proud to have had some part in the happy birthday of the Collins quadruplets. Today is a perfect day for a picnic out at Dugans Lake. The white clouds are drifting, the green trees are rustling, the blue waters are gleaming, and the black ants are waiting for Fibber McGee and Molly.
Well, I think the lunch is about ready to pass now, dearie.
Good.
Let's see, the deviled eggs, angel food cake, peanut butter sandwiches.
Don't forget the coffee, kiddo. Nothing like a big mug full of hot coffee to wash down a sandwich. And speaking of a big mug full of hot coffee, is Doc Gamble going with us?
Well, he hopes to, yes.
Well, then you better make 3 extra sandwiches.
I made them.
I ate them.
I saw you.
Oh.
So I made them again.
Oh, good.
Now, you leave the lunch alone, lover. There'll be 7 of us on this picnic.
Okay,
so...
I'll finish packing my own stuff here. Now, let me see. I got my ball and glove, so we can play a little baseball. My Boy Scout axe, in case we get lost in the woods.
Lost? If you got lost, what would you do with a Boy Scout axe?
Why, I just ask a Boy Scout which way the lake is. Gee whiz. Don't you get it, Molly? Scout axe, axe a scout?
Ain't funny, McGee.
Okay, I'll leave it alone. I got a few books here in case I get tired exercising.
Books?
Mm-hmm.
What are you taking, the care and feeding of Charlie horses? Because when you play ball,
I'm just taking a few old favorites. I'm taking the Rover Boys in Alcatraz. Tom Swift and his radium pants buttons. The Bobbsey twins meet Frankenstein. And a book I started reading when I was a kid and never finished. Always wondered how it came out.
What's the name of it?
Goldilocks.
Oh, she escaped from the three bears.
Oh, Dad rat it, now you spoiled it for me. Well, I got plenty without it. I'm taking my pitch pipe, too, so that we can get together and harmonize.
Oh, that'll be nice.
That'll be mighty nice.
Yes, I remember one of our last picnics when we all sat beside the lake and sang the old song.
Yeah, all but your Uncle Dennis. While we sang Coming Through the Rye, he was going through the bourbon.
Well, poor Uncle Dennis, he was feeling sort of low that day.
Yeah, not when we got back home, he wasn't.
Now, McGee, you stop picking on Uncle Dennis.
Well, have you seen my swimming trunks around anywhere? I may try for a new speed record out there today.
Speed?
Yeah.
Let's face the fact, you're not a very fast swimmer.
Oh, no, it might interest you to learn, my dear, but I was a sensation last week in the pool at the Elks Club.
Really?
You bet. I got going so fast I swam right out of my uniform. I was really having a...
Come in. Well, good morning, Dr. Gamble.
Good morning, my dear. And how are you, feeble face? Raring to go, Tickle Middle. You going to be with us, or can we get a break? I'll be with you both as a friend and physician. Fine. Ready to pluck your carcass when you fall into a bramble bush, or to empty you neatly when you try to swallow Dugans Lake. How soon do we leave, Molly?
Oh, in about an hour. Young Ed from the drugstore and Debbie Lynn are going with us.
Yeah, and Harlow Wilcox and Wallace Nichols.
Oh, fine. Yeah. I'll have time for one last call I have to make. There was an addition to the Carr family last night. George Gamble officiating. And I promised to drop by this morning.
My gosh. Mrs. Carr have another one?
Yep. There's now a train of 15 little cars. And I feel sure this wasn't the caboose.
My goodness, she must have worn her fingers to the bone for those children just counting them.
Must be tough to keep track of them. How do they know when they're all at home?
Well, it worked out a very simple system. When it's time for school to let out, they open the front door. And when the house is full of children, they close and lock it.
Pretty shrewd.
Well, the other women in the neighborhood take advantage of them.
Is that so?
Yes, they encourage their kids to sneak in with a little car.
Oh.
And they go over and claim them after they've been fed and bathed.
Well, does Mr. Carr still like the proud father?
Well, he's getting used to it.
Yeah, I imagine.
At first, he handed out cigars every time a child was born.
Mm-hmm.
Now he just keeps a barrel of tobacco on the front porch, and his friends come by and roll their own.
Well, Doctor, what is the new baby, a boy or girl?
Oh, it's a husky 9-pound boy. Should turn out to be a great man if he lives up to his name.
What did they call him?
Well, there was quite an argument about it. Mr. Carr is a Republican and his wife is a Democrat. Mm-hmm. So they finally compromised.
Compromised?
Yes, they named the baby Eisenflopper. Wait for me, I'll hurry back.
Not so long now. Well, in the meantime, I got to find my swimming trunks. I've looked everywhere for those trunks. Oh, I know where they are.
Where?
They're right here in the hall closet.
No, McGee, no, not the hall closet.
Got to straighten out that closet one of these days. Down, boys, down.
Billy Mills in the orchestra and the Blacksmith Blues.
Gee, I wish we could get going. What's holding everybody up?
Now, don't be impatient, dearie. We told them what time to be here, and it's only 1:15.
Seems more like 1:30. I think I'll call the Weather Bureau and see if it's clear out at Dugans Lake.
It should be. It's a beautiful day.
Well, never hurts to make sure. Hello? I want to speak to the Weather Bureau. Oh, is that you, Mert?
Oh, dear.
How's every little thing, Mert? Down, boy, down. What's that, Mert? Your kid brother. Broken back, eh?
Oh, the poor lad. What happened?
Started to hitchhike to California yesterday with a buck in his pocket. Mert says he's broken back already. Well, thank you, Myrtle. Goodbye.
Line busy as usual?
Yep. What this town needs is thicker telephone wires so there'd be room for 2 calls at a time. If I had my way, I'd get the telephone. Uh-oh, here's somebody. Come in.
Oh, hello, Mr. Wimple.
Oh, hi, Wimp.
Hello, folks. I'm raring to go. Which way's the picnic?
Well, we'll leave as soon as the others get here, Mr. Wimple. You're by yourself, are you?
Yes. I just came from the railroad station, Mrs. McGee. I just put her on the train to her mother's.
Her? You mean?
Yes. Sweetie Face, my big old wife.
Will you miss her, Mr. Wimple?
Will I miss her? I miss her like a, well...
Like a hole in the head?
No, thanks. I already have one, Mr. McGee. Oh, I'm really on the town today. I'm really living it up.
Well, we should have a nice afternoon, Mr. Wimple. What have you got under your arm there? You didn't bring your lunch.
No, this is my bird book, Mrs. McGee. Oh. I want to spend the afternoon out there catching up on my bird watching. I'd love to see a purple bunting out there today.
A purple bunting?
Yes. I'd like to give it a call and see if it would answer me.
Oh?
The last time I tried it, I was a complete failure.
Oh. The bird wouldn't talk, eh?
No, it was very embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
I crept up close to a purple bunting and went, tweedle, tweedle, tweedle. But it didn't answer me. I tried again. Tweedle, tweedle, tweedle. Still, nothing happened.
Ever find out what was wrong?
Yes, it was so silly, really. The call of the purple bunting is actually tweedle, tweedle, tweedle. I tweedled when I should have tweedled.
That's pretty careless, boy, but if I was you, Imp, I wouldn't get too wrapped up in birds. Don't forget the story of what happened to a couple of early Americans in the Plymouth Rock days. It even started a proverb.
I don't believe I know the story.
Okay, I'll tell it to you. It was around Thanksgiving, see? And this fellow and his wife were outside their log cabin. She was stuffing a big turkey, had both arms in it up to her elbows. And he was picking cranberries off a bush. Then up came a bad Indian with a tomahawk, ready to scalp him.
My, what suspense.
Well, the wife could do nothing to protect herself on account of she had both hands stuck in the turkey, you see. But the fellow reached around under the cranberry bush, found a rock, slung it at the Indian, and knocked him cold.
And that started a proverb?
Yep. A hand in the bush is worth 2 in the bird.
Isn't that interesting?
You think so?
Frankly, no. I never said that before.
Hello, Molly. Hi, pal.
Hello, Mr. Wilcox.
Oh, hi, Junior.
Hello, hello.
Oh, hi, Wallace. I didn't see you at first. Hey, how soon do we leave for Dugans Lake?
Well, just as soon as little Debbie Lynn and young Ed Tatum show up.
Yeah, and good old Doc Gamble. Boy, I can't wait to get out there. Baseball, swimming, canoeing. What a day we're going to have.
By the way, pal, are you taking some coffee?
2 thermos jugs of it.
And some pet milk?
Half a dozen cans.
Ah, what a day we're going to have.
Junior, I realize life don't mean much to you unless it's got pet milk poured on it, but try to share our simple pleasures, too, eh, boy? Maybe we'll get up a ball game out there. Wouldn't you like to hit a home run?
No, pal. You hit the home run. I'll just sit there and think about it.
Think about a home run?
Yes, a home run properly with plenty of pet milk on hand for coffee.
Oh.
Ah, what a difference it makes in the taste of your coffee when you add the richness of pet evaporated milk. Pet to give it that creamy color. Pet to give it that extra deliciousness.
I'll smack the first pitch for at least a 2-bagger.
Speaking of a 2-bagger, pal, I've never known a man who didn't prefer his coffee with pet milk. They all appreciate that mellow, satisfying flavor that pet milk gives a steaming cup of coffee.
What's that got to do with the 2-bagger?
Well, when a man's wife serves him coffee with pet milk, he won't stop with 1 cup. He'll bag her for 2.
Wilcox, you're out of the game.
So am I, Harlow. I'm going into the woods with my bird book.
Nature study, eh, Wallace?
Yes.
Well, when you go into the woods, I'll fix you a container of coffee with pet milk to take along.
Oh, you're very thoughtful.
And I'll fix another container of coffee without pet.
Coffee without pet? What's that for?
That's for the birds.
Sit down and rest, Mr. Wilcox. You must be exhausted.
Yes, sir. He's worn to a frazzle. Come in.
Hello, everybody. Here we are.
All set for the picnic.
It's Debbie and Ed. Come in, children.
Hi, kid.
Hello.
Well, how are you? Now all we need is Doc Gamble.
And you've got him? Oh, I drove the kids over here in my car. Hi, fellas. Hi, Doc.
Hello, Ducky.
Well, come on. What are we waiting for, McGee? I thought we were going on a picnic.
Right. Let's get out to the lake.
Okay, you guys, grab this stuff and let's pack it in the cars. I'll take the lunch hamper.
I'll take the thermos, Judge.
I'll take the folding chairs.
I'll take a napkin.
Hey, that doesn't leave anything for me. What'll I take? You just take a good tight hold on Debbie's hand. One of us handsome gents might steal her from you.
Oh, come on. Let's get the cars packed there.
Okay.
Gee, I ought to be helping with something.
Oh,
here.
relax. Between those lads, they have 40 thumbs working on that job now, Ed. Well, how are things with you children? You getting any closer to the wedding bell?
Well, you know, we set a quota for ourselves, Mrs. McGee. We decided that when we had $1,000 saved, we'd do it.
I remember it.
We're getting closer to our quota every day.
Saving money fast, are you?
No, we just cut down our quota every day. We decided now we'll settle for $100 in the bank.
Well, good. How much more do you need?
How much is $9.80 from 100?
Oh, dear. Well, I could give you the answer, but you wouldn't like it.
Oh, gee, I get pretty discouraged working at Kramer's sometimes, Mrs. McGee. Gosh, for 12 hours a day, you work your brains out, and what have you got? No brains.
Oh, now, don't be self-conscious, Ed.
Well, Mr. McGee and I got married. Oh, excuse me. 79 Wistful Vista, Molly McGee speaking. Dr. Gamble? He's outside right now, but... Oh, the hospital. Yes, I'll tell him right away. Oh, dear.
In trouble?
They want Dr. Gamble... Well, I better go tell him. Dr. Gamble, the hospital just called.
Oh, no.
Oh, what do they want?
They said tell you it's an emergency, Doctor.
Well, it always
The
is.
nurse said just to tell you it's Mr. Wellington's ward.
Ward? And that's an emergency?
It is in this case, son. Wellington is the richest old grouch in the county.
Yeah?
If I can get that wart off his chin, I can get a new wing for the hospital.
Oh.
I'm sorry, kids. No picnic for me today. Well, being a doctor was my own idea.
Yeah.
I wouldn't listen to my mother. She wanted me to be a ballet dancer.
Well, we're sorry you can't go with us, Doctor.
Oh, come on. Get that crate out of the driveway, wart snatcher. We're trying to go to a picnic here.
That's fun, kids. Bring him in tomorrow, Molly. I'll treat his poison ivy free.
Okay.
So long, Patsy. Well, I guess we'll all have to go in our car. We're pile in, everybody. Come on, we're off to Dugans Lake. We've got all...
Oh, just look at that lake, Debbie.
Isn't it beautiful?
Terrific. Yeah, this is the spot, kids. Boy, what a day.
Oh, boy. I'm going right over there and climb that big tree with the acorns on it. That elm tree.
That's oak, Wimp.
It's oak with me, too.
That ain't funny, McGee.
I didn't say it.
I said it, Mrs. McGee. I didn't cut him that time, and boy,
Well, come on. Let's get out the water and everybody grab a canoe.
Well, shouldn't we unpack the car first?
Oh, there's plenty of time for that.
Just taste that air.
That ain't what, Harlow?
Oh, that's cute, Mr. Wimple.
Oh, yes, isn't he a card?
Oh, I've got a million of them.
Don't encourage him, Debbie. Come on.
Here, Molly, how's this canoe for us? Looks good because... Hey, look at those 4 kids out there in the canoe. Don't they look like...
Why, I believe it is, McGee.
Who?
I don't know.
Oh. Well, give them a yell.
Yo, I hear you calling. Yo, we've been waiting just for you. Oh, hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. step in my old canoe. There's always room for you. Harry will play the old ukulele, and as we glide along, we'll sing an old sweet song. Remember moonlight and roses, and all of those moments we knew. Moonlight and roses bring memories of you. There's a little spark of love still burning and yearning deep in my heart for you. There's a longing there for your returning. I want you, I do. So come to my heart again. Come, set that love aflame. For there's a little spark of love still burning yearning for
My, isn't it lovely out here in the canoe, McGee?
Yeah. Swell day for a picnic, too. Sure wish old Doc could have come.
Yes. It's a shame he got called at the last minute. This is fun, though. Remember the first time we ever went out in a canoe together, huh?
Oh, sure I do. On the Illinois River. There was a full moon.
Well, bless your heart. You do remember, don't you?
I'll never forget it. We were sitting in the back of the canoe, and I had one arm around your shoulders.
You were fresh.
With the other hand, I sneaked a fish line over the side of the canoe and snagged myself a 12-pound gar. Boy, when I drug that fish into the canoe, you like to leapt into the river.
Ah, what a sweet romantic memory.
Yeah. The reason I remember it so vividly is because that was a county record that year for the largest gar caught from a canoe by a guy with one hand.
Hey, Mr. McGee, we've been clear around the lake.
Yeah, good.
You having fun, Mrs. McGee?
Oh, yes, dear. We were just reminiscing.
Yeah, I was just thinking I wish Doc Gamble could have come with us, Ed.
Oh, he's great. We're having a swell time, though. It's kind of fun handling a canoe.
You know something, Ed? I stole my first kiss from Molly in a canoe.
You did? Mm-hmm. Boy, a guy can sure get awful wet that way.
Yes, and this guy certainly did.
No, I'll never forget it, Tootsie. It was the 10th day of July, 1918, at 8:30 p.m. on the Illinois River.
Say, that's right. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, gee, Ed, I hope you can remember important things like that when you're as old as Mr. McGee.
I'll write them down.
Ah, boy, it was a beautiful moonlight night. We were drifting along in a canoe, past the brewery. I remember it was exactly 8:30 because the brewery whistle blew for the swing shift and scared the daylights out of Molly.
Oh, now, McGee.
She kind of clutched at me for a minute, and I seen my chance, so I leaned over and stole a kiss.
Were you excited, Mr. McGee?
Excited? Boy, I thought my head had blew up. Colored lights flashed in my eyes, pinwheels and skyrockets went off. Wow.
Pinwheels and skyrockets. In your head, huh?
No, in the canoe. We had half a boat full of fireworks from the week before, and I dropped a Q-Beb cigarette into them.
Gee, it sounds like a fiery romance, all right.
Well, he'd always thought of himself as being hotter than a firecracker, and he proved it.
Hey, did you kids see the other guys anyplace? They out on the lake?
No, Mr. Wilcox is down there by the picnic tables with a pocket knife.
He was carving on a big tree for about an hour.
Cutting his initials, huh?
Yes, sir. After he got through, we went over to see what he carved. It was a great big heart.
Yeah, no kidding. What did it say in it?
It said, Harlow loves pet. Whoever she is.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we shouldn't have looked. Maybe he wants to keep it a secret.
If that's a secret, we're all dead.
Yeah, well, don't worry about that, boy. It's fairly common knowledge.
Well, hand me the paddle, Debbie. I'll breeze us around the lake again, hon.
All right, Ed. We'll see you up at the picnic table, huh?
Okay,
No
kid.
hurry, dear. Aren't they cute, McGee? Look at them.
Yeah. I sure wish old Doc was here.
Ah, this is just wonderful, dearie. We should do this more often. Picnics are so much fun.
Yeah, there's only one thing missing. This picnic would be just perfect if good old Doc was here.
Well, personally, I don't miss him that much, dearie. Dr. Gamble is very nice, but I don't need him out here. Now, the lake is just like glass, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'd like to just stay out here forever, you know that?
yeah. Wish old Doc was here, though.
You know something? You know what I wish, sweetheart?
What?
I wish we could go all the way back to that first kiss on the Illinois River and live it all over again the same way.
Well, that's a nice thing to say, Molly. I'd like that, too.
Good.
And you know what else I wish?
What, dearie?
I wish good old Doc was here.
Oh, Doc. Is that all you can think about, good old Doc? What do you want Dr. Gamble here for?
Because I packed the lunch in his car.
Fibber and Molly return in a moment. This seems to be the week for celebrating some very special birthdays. Last Sunday was the third birthday of the Collins quadruplets of New York. And this coming Friday, the Casper quadruplets of Passaic, New Jersey, will be 16. To look at them now, it's hard to believe that these sturdy, robust teenagers were so tiny and delicate at birth. No one was sure that all four could possibly survive. But a wise doctor knew that pet evaporated milk has what it takes to help even the most delicate babies grow strong and sturdy. And the Casper children were given pet milk just a few days after birth. And during the 16 years since then, they have continued to thrive on this favored form of milk. If you have a baby, ask your doctor about his formula for using pet evaporated milk. And give your child the nutritional benefits of safe, easy-to-digest pet milk through all his growing years.
Well, I'll see if I can scratch up some supper, dearie.
Okay.
Did you get the hospital? Ring them again.
Oh, they finally answered. Said Doc Gamble just left a few minutes ago.
Is he coming over here? Where'd he go?
Picnic.
What?
Said he took 5 nurses and headed for Dugans Lake. Moonlight picnic. Said Doc's furnishing the lunch.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night, all.
The first evaporated milk, pet milk, brings you Fibber McGee and Molly each week at this time. Be with us again next Tuesday night, won't you? Even a mother who thinks she's a very good mother might be surprised to learn what her children think about her. That's what happens to Sally Carter in the dramatic Mother's Day story on Pet Milk's Mary Lee Taylor program next Saturday morning. Don't miss this revealing, true-to-life story. And don't miss Mary Lee Taylor's recipe of the week for corned beef and cabbage. One of those easy one-dish dinners that husbands from coast to coast say is tops. Remember, Pet Milk's double feature Mary Lee Taylor program comes to you next Saturday morning over NBC.
Next, it's Eddie Cantor's Show Business Show on NBC.
The Pet Milk Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The first evaporated milk, Pet Milk, presents Fibber McGee and Molly with Bill Thompson, Arthur Q. Bryan, Dick LeGrand, Cliff Clark, Marion Richmond, Harry Lang, Peter Leeds, and me, Harlow Wilcox. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Keith Fowler and directed by Max Hutto with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. Have you heard the exciting news about Mary Lee Taylor's recipe for chicken peas and rice dinner? It's been voted the recipe of the month. Right now it's being featured on a special recipe slip in grocery stores from coast to coast. Now, what makes it so special? Listen. Reason number 1, Mary Lee Taylor soaks the chicken in pet milk before it's fried to make it juicier, more tender with a crisp golden brown coating you can't get any other way. Reason number 2 is the gravy. Rich tasting, creamy smooth, the kind you can make only with milk like Pet evaporated milk. Good, sweet country milk concentrated to double richness. And reason number 3 is the idea of adding canned peas, a favorite family vegetable, to make this almost a complete meal-in-one, easy-to-serve dish. Tomorrow, at your grocer's, get some pet milk and your favorite brand of canned peas. Take along the recipe slip featuring chicken, peas, and rice dinner, and have this wonderful treat for your family soon. The Carnival has come to Wistful Vista, and the air is filled with the happy sounds that a carnival always brings. That was the merry-go-round. That was the shooting gallery.
Give me a hot dog with chili and sauerkraut, some frozen custard, and a taffy apple.
And that was Mr. McGee of Fibber McGee and Molly.
Ah, boy, oh boy, the Carnival. There's nothing like it, kiddo.
I just love it. Listen to the man over there.
Yeah.
Presenting for the first time, Colonel Jonathan Whiteside, the world's tallest midget, 5 feet 7 in the stocking feet. The Colonel comes to us direct from a world tour.
The tallest midget. This really takes me back, Molly. Back to the days when I was head man of a big carnival outfit myself.
You head man of a carnival?
Yep.
That's a chapter of your life I never heard before.
Well, it was right after I split up with Fred Nittany, the guy that I and him had a vaudeville act together from Starved Rock, Illinois. You've heard about Fred.
Repeatedly.
Yeah. We'd worked up a real clever act. Tap dancing on stilts while we juggled 4 live guinea pigs and sang Mother McCree.
Oh, I'd like to saw that.
But we couldn't get any work, so we split up the guinea pigs and split up.
That was when you went to work for a carnival?
Yep. Carruthers Brothers Colossal Combined Carnival Shows. We had some wonderful guys with that carnival, Molly.
You did.
My best pal, the guy that him and I were practically insufferable together, was a guy by the name of P.T. Wingding.
Oh, one of the Wingding brothers, no doubt.
I never met his family. But old P.T. was a first-class carnival man. His specialty was guessing people's weight, and I only saw him got fooled once.
Somebody wear a brick under their hat to throw him off?
No, a man come up one night with a bay window that would have looked fine on a small hotel. P.T. looks at him and he says, "Mister," he says, "that can't be real. You tried to confuse me by stuffing a balloon under your vest." Oh, boy, did that guy get sore.
Well, I don't blame him. You'd be mad, too, if you were overweight and somebody said that to you.
Well, it wasn't only what P.T. said, but he was so sure he was right that he stuck a pin in the guy. You could have heard him screech from one end of the midway clear down to the...
look, McGee. Isn't that Mr. Wimple standing there by the booth?
Oh, sure it is. Hi, Wimp.
Hello, Mr. Wimple.
Well, hello, folks.
You having fun at the carnival, boy?
Oh, I've just had a peachy afternoon, Mr. McGee. I rode on the Ferris wheel, and I tossed rings and won a Boy Scout knife with a picture of Lillian Russell on the handle.
Oh, those are nice.
Yes, and I went to see Sahara Sarah, the King of Egypt's favorite dancing girl. It says on the poster.
Which King of Egypt is that?
King Tut, I think.
Oh.
She announced that she was dedicating the dance to her dear old mummy.
Well, we're just starting to see things ourselves, Mr. Wimple. What'd you like best so far?
Well, I just love Professor Callahan and his royal fleas, Mrs. McGee.
Royal fleas?
Yes. I understand they originally came off a poodle named Prince. It was a wonderful show, really. They rode bicycles and climbed ladders, and then for the finale, 6 little fleas in paper skirts did a hula dance.
My gosh, that's amazing. 6 dancing fleas.
Oh, it was fascinating.
Yeah?
The way they wiggled and twisted. After a while, a lady in the audience started to wiggle and twist, too.
Really got into the spirit of the hula dance, did she?
Well, that's what I thought until I counted the fleas. Only 5 of them took a bow at the finish.
Well, this is all old stuff to me, Wimp. I used to be in the carnival business myself.
Well, the carnival has played a part in my life, too, Mr. McGee.
Yeah?
In fact, it was right here at this very booth that I met the girl who is destined to become Sweetie Face, my big old wife.
Gee whiz, you met her right here at this booth, huh?
Yes.
Isn't that romantic?
Yes. Every year when the carnival comes to town, I come back here and go to a sort of, little ceremony, you might say.
Oh, that's
week. George, will you do the honors again this year?
Oh, glad to, Mr. Wimple. You ready?
Ready, George.
Bend over. Hands on your knees.
Hands on my knees.
Hey, what's he going to?
Here we go.
Oh.
Heavenly day.
Why, he kicked the daylight out.
Oh, that was a good one. Thank you, George. I deserve it. We'll see you next year. So long.
So long.
Billy Mills in the orchestra and Goody Goody.
Still getting a kick out of it, kiddo?
Oh, every minute of it, dearie.
Well, this ain't much of a carnival compared to the one that I was the head man of it. Back when I and P.T. Wingding worked together. We were two of the...
Oh, look, McGee. A fortune teller. Madam Cleo sees all, tells all. Let's go in there.
Oh, Molly, them fortune tellers are fakes. They can't tell you your own name.
I already know my name.
Oh.
Come on, it's all in fun. Please, dearie.
Oh, okay. Well, watch yourself. Don't trip over the tent flap.
Right, it's dark in here.
Greetings, O seekers after knowledge.
Hi, sis.
I'd like my fortune. I'd like to have my fortune told, miss. Are you Madam Cleo?
I am she, Madam Cleo, the possessor of mystic powers. She who sees all and tells all.
Gabby, huh?
Madam Cleo from the land of Egypt, where I was born the seventh daughter of a seventh daughter.
My gosh, what a line there must have been outside your bathroom every night.
So you may scoff. I reveal the past, the present, and the future. When the reading is completed, you may cross my palm with silver.
Okay, just so you don't expect me to tickle it with folding money.
The lady will sit beside me while I gaze into the crystal ball.
Yes, Madam Cleo.
I concentrate my powers. The crystal ball is dim and cloudy.
Maybe you ought to go over it with a damp rag.
Quiet, dearie.
I see that you are married. Ah, you have a husband.
Now, that's pretty darn mystic. It takes real power to figure out a married woman has a husband.
Your life has been made full and rich by the strength of his noble character and the brilliance of his mind.
Oh. Gee, maybe I got you wrong, Cleo. This stuff's starting to make sense.
Your future will be completely happy because of this generous, handsome, and talented husband.
Oh, sure.
That completes the reading.
Well, Cleo, I apologize. There's plenty of phonies in this racket, but you're on the level. Here's $2.
Madam Cleo thanks you.
Well, come on, Molly. Let's take a ride on the merry-go-round.
Coming, McGee.
Oh, just a moment.
Yes?
say, you didn't even crack a smile when I was laying it on. So, Philly Fairway split the tank.
What?
Here's $1 for you, sister.
Well, thanks, sister.
Coming, Molly?
Right away, dearie, and this time it's my treat.
Well, that merry-go-round ride was a dilly, wasn't it, kiddo?
Oh, it was delightful. Did you find the lady who lost the blouse?
No, I gave it to the operator. I guess the lady ran off somewhere.
Well, I don't wonder.
Yeah.
Must have been terribly embarrassing to have the blouse pulled right off her back.
Well, she shouldn't have been standing there when I was grabbing for that brass ring. My gosh, the careless way people act at a carnival is something.
And the gentleman rang the bell. Here's your cigar, sir.
Hey, come on, let's look at that, Molly.
Who'll be the next to swing the mallet, ring the bell, and win himself one of these fine Pomona Coronas? Step up and demonstrate your strength, gents.
I'll take a swing, sir. Hand me the mallet.
That's Mr. Wilcox.
Hey, hold everything, Junior.
Hi, pal. Hi, Molly.
Well, set the mallet down, Louie. That ain't for you, son.
What do you mean? I'm in fine shape, pal. I get plenty of exercise.
Yeah, but what you exercise won't help you here. You don't hit that thing with your tongue, you know.
Stop kidding, pal. You're forgetting that I was a pet milk baby.
Oh, is that so?
Yes. When you're raised from babyhood on pet evaporated milk, you develop a sturdy body and strong, straight bones. You ever notice the strong, straight bones in my legs?
You call me a fool, Junior, but I never even noticed your legs.
Well, I'm a pretty husky specimen, thanks to Pet. All pet milk babies thrive on that nourishing goodness because Pet contains all the body-building milk minerals a baby needs to ensure steady growth right from the start. That's why pet milk babies grow up to be such rugged citizens.
Well, bless your rugged, straight bones. But you better let me show you how to ring the bell on this gadget. I was head man of a carnival once, and I know all the tricks.
All right, here's the mallet. Swing away.
How's that thing work, dearie?
Well, you smack it here with the mallet, and that weight flies up, see? If you're a he-man like I'm one, it goes all the way and hits the bell up to the top and hits the bell.
Well, this one has an added feature.
Oh?
Yeah, it makes other noises to show how well you've done.
What are the noises?
Go on, you'll find out.
Okay. Give me room. What was that?
A wolf whistle. That means you did as well as an 18-year-old girl.
Oh, my foot slipped. I'll whack her again. Hey, was that a cork popping?
No, that was bubble gum.
Oh?
That means you did as well as a 10-year-old boy.
Well, you've reached your own sex, McGee. Quit while you're ahead.
Ah, here. Let me have that. Let me have that mallet.
Okay, wise guy. Let's see you do better. Take the mallet.
Watch it. Here goes.
Yeah, I don't get it. You ain't much younger than me, Junior. How come you can ring that bell and I can't?
Well, it's very simple, pal. I've stayed with Pet, and you've gone to pot. Come on, kid.
Yeah. I'd rather show off. If my foot hadn't have slipped, I'd have showed
All right, lover. Don't let it upset you.
Well, I will.
Let's see what's in the tent here where the crowd is.
Okay.
And the management has entitled this fascinating special attraction, Art in a Bathing Suit. It's educational, anatomical, and instructive.
I wonder what that is.
Oh, I don't know, but...
And, gentlemen, if I could have your close attention, please.
Huh?
This interesting feature is not open to the general public.
Oh.
We're offering it for art lovers only. If you show some bona fide evidence of your interest in art, such as a lead pencil or a copy of an Esquire calendar, we'll welcome you to our special showing of Art in a Bathing Suit. Okay, Art. Go get the bathing suit on.
Okay, Eddie.
Heavenly days. What'll they think of next?
I don't know, but whatever it is, the yokels will pay to see it. I mind when I was head man of the carnival that I and my old pal, old P.T. Wingding, worked with. We had a...
Well, hello there, Mrs. Hi, McGee.
Well, Ole, fancy seeing you here.
Yeah, it's pretty fancy seeing you too, Mrs.
Well, where's the family, Ole? You sneak out on them?
No, I used to put the missus and the kids on the Ferris field, McGee.
Oh?
I don't waste my money on rides. I use it up to play a game with a fella that has 3 little shells, and under them he puts a dry bean.
Oh, I see. The old army game, huh?
No, that was a Navy bean, McGee.
Well, Ole, what kind of shells does he use?
Well, I think these must have been shotgun shells, missus. They sure was loaded. I dropped 65 cents in less than an hour.
Well, you got to be hip to the gimmicks around these joints, Ole. I know because I used to be with a carnival at one time. I got a lot of memories of my old carnival days.
I got lots of memories of carnivals myself, McGee.
Yeah?
Even now, when I go to the carnival with all the excitement, the merry-go-round goes boo, 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 and the calapaloopy toodles, and I used to get all filled up with old neuralgia.
No, you mean nostalgia.
I do? Well, all I know is the missus gives me some aspirin, and it goes away.
Well, that's neuralgia, Ole.
McGee, you said it was nostalgia.
Well, I thought you meant nostalgia.
I said neuralgia.
You said the carnival brings back a lot of memories. When you get all full of memories, that's nostalgia.
Well, what's neuralgia?
A pain in the neck.
That's what I got from the carnival. That, so long, missus. So long, neuralgia.
The King's Men and Kiss of Fire.
I touch your lips and all at once the sparks go flying. Those devil lips that melt so well the art of flying. And though I see the danger, still the flame grows higher. I know I must surrender to your kiss of fire. Just like a torch, you set the soul within me burning. I must go on along this road of no returning. And though it burns me and it turns me into ashes, my whole world crashes without your kiss of fire. Kiss of fire. I know I can't resist you. What good is there in trying? What good is there denying? You're all that I desire. Since I first kissed you, my heart was yours completely. If I must slave, then it's a slave I want to be. Don't pity me, don't pity me. I touch your lips and all at once the sparks go flying. Those devil lips that know so well the art of lying. And though I see the danger, still the flame grows higher. I know I must surrender to your kiss of fire. Give me your lips, and if you only let me borrow, love me tonight and let the devil take tomorrow. I know that I must have your kiss, although it dooms me, though it consumes me. Your kiss of fire, your burning kiss of fire.
Show fun.
Yeah, well, let's see what this guy's
All right. This is it, folks. The Wheel of Fortune from the song of the same name. You there, the pretty lady with a flat-faced boyfriend. Step right over here and win yourself a beautiful lamp. Bring her up here, short sport.
Come on, dearie, let's try it.
Oh, you can't win, Molly. I'm an old carnival man, and
How much is it, sir?
Only 25 cents, the inconsequential part of $1, to win one of these handsome abalone lamps, imported from the faraway island of Santa Catalina.
I've heard of that place.
Look at that beautiful abalone table lamp. Lifetime of work went into that, my dear.
Whose lifetime?
The abalone's. Put your money on the line, folks.
I'll take number 12.
I must apologize for the lack of a hostess today. Sadie the Shill is usually here to greet my guests, but she's spending a few days with the gendarmes. Caught her stealing a tattoo off the Illustrated Man. Told her she couldn't lift the battleship Maine, but it's stopping on number 12. Held by the cute little lady with a grouchy grandpa.
McGee, I won.
Well, congratulations, Molly.
Thank you, Dr. Gamble.
Oh, hi, Ham Hocks. What brings you out here?
Well, I got a call from Benzino, the fire eater.
Oh?
Isn't feeling well.
What's his trouble?
Got a fever blister.
Oh. Probably something he ate. This is kind of like old home week for me, Fatso. I used to be an old carny man, you know.
You're still an old corny man. In fact, you're the corniest old man.
No, Doctor, that isn't what he means. McGee means he used to work in a carnival.
He knew what I meant.
Oh, I think I saw him one time, Molly.
Yeah?
Did you wear a well-chewed gorilla skin and bill yourself as Bongo, the almost human? Because a shape like yours, even under fire...
Look who's talking about shape. Huh? If I was afraid to walk down the street in the summer in a white suit because laundrymen kept throwing me up on top of a truck, I would be ashamed.
Oh, McGee, now don't talk like that to the doctor.
No, don't talk like that. Besides, it only happened once.
Even then, it took 2 laundrymen to do it. As I was about to say when you got so insulting, you big glass house liver, I used to be the head man of a carnival bigger than this one I was.
Head man?
Yes.
You? That must have been a fast trip to bankruptcy.
Oh, is that so, Fatso? Well, for your information, I wish some of my old friends were here right now. My old pal P.T. Wingding, the guy and I and him used to work together in the carnival.
There, folks. You, the pretty little debutante with the 2 handsome gentlemen. Step right over here. Let me guess your weight, little girl.
Who, me? Oh, my. Not in front of the men, please. I'm going to start my diet tomorrow.
I'll whisper it to you, lady, and if I don't guess within 5 pounds, you win yourself a beautiful half-pound of genuine Lowney's chocolates.
Hey, that's a familiar voice. Hey, Bud. Ain't you?
McGee. Oh, Fibber McGee.
My gosh, old P.T. Wingding.
In the flesh, 158 pounds.
Well, what do you know? Gee whiz, old P.T. Long time no see, P.T.
Same corny old Fibber. Put on a little weight, haven't you? 172?
73.
Cute chick you got there, Fib.
Yeah.
118 pounds.
Yeah.
Whatever become of the little blonde?
I'd like you to meet my wife, Molly, P.T. Molly, this is old P.T. Wingding.
How do you do, I'm sure?
And this is our old family physician, P.T., Doc Gamble.
217 and a half. Hiya, Doc.
Well, I'm glad to meet you, sir. We were just talking about McGee's old carnival day.
Yeah.
He claims to have been head man with some outfit.
The greatest head man in the carny business, Doc.
No. You mean he really was?
Yeah. You big scoffer.
He had a technique for handling his job, Doc, that was the most sensational...
Oh.
Hey, McGee.
Yeah?
Boy, am I glad to see you. We're all trying to double up here this afternoon. The head man is sick today. How'd you like to take over for the day? Your old job is awaiting for you.
Oh, my. That sounds exciting.
No, well, no. I've been out of the business so long, P.T., I wouldn't know all that.
Don't be silly, boy. It'll come back to you in no time.
Oh, gee.
We need you, son. Come on, down this way.
Oh, well, Chuck.
This I have got to see at close range. How this lad is going to handle a job like this.
Well, I don't know.
Wait till the fellas find out who the new head man is. Come on, here's your office.
Well, I could take over just for today till your regular head man gets back. Doc, you and Molly go ride the Ferris wheel. Go on, go ahead. Enjoy yourselves. I'll get to work and I'll meet you.
No. I'm going to stay right with you, dearie.
Me, too. I want to see just how the head man of a carnival operates. What does the head man do?
He uses his head, naturally.
What else?
Yeah. As soon as I get it through this hole in the canvas here. Hold my hat, Molly. Help me get my head through, P.T.
What? What's this?
Well, I'll be doggone.
I'm all set, P.T.
All right, folks, stand right up and fire the baseballs. 3 throws for 2 bits. Hit the head man and win a Cupid doll. And now, presenting the greatest head man in the carnival business.
Wait a minute, I'll take $1 worth. No, give me $10 worth. Oh, this is going to be fun.
No, Doctor. Oh, no, you'll hurt him.
Fibber and Molly return in a moment. In recent months, Pet Milk Company has celebrated 5 special birthdays. Yes, in the past 5 months, 5 sets of Pet Milk quadruplets have had birthdays. And now comes another important Pet Milk birthday. Friday of this week, the Fultz quadruplets, those 4 identical little Negro girls of Reidsville, North Carolina, will be 6 years old. During that time, they've developed from tiny babies of just 3 pounds each to sturdy, vigorous youngsters averaging about 47 pounds each. Much of the credit for this exceptional development goes to the wise doctor who, shortly after the babies were born, approved Pet's evaporated milk for their feedings. Now, they've continued to thrive on this favored form of milk since then. In Pet Milk, these babies get all the essential milk minerals combined with just the right amount of vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin, in safe, easy-to-digest form. And on their feedings of Pet Milk, the Fultz quadruplets have developed into sturdy, vigorous, happy children. We're mighty proud of them.
Well, I must say you did a fine job as head man out there, dearie.
Thanks, kiddo. Everybody said I was greatest.
You were, too.
Yeah.
I just hope your success hasn't made you too conceited.
Conceited?
Yes. Judging from the lumps, it certainly gave you a swelled head. My goodness, don't you get it? Lumps, head?
It ain't funny, Mrs. McGee.
Oh?
Good night.
Good night, all.
The first evaporated milk, Pet Milk, brings you Fibber McGee and Molly each week at this time. Be with us again next Tuesday night, won't you? There are some things, emotional, sentimental things, that only a woman can understand. And it's this sort of thing that Sally Carter has the courage to speak up about in the Story of the Week on Pet Milk's Mary Lee Taylor program next Saturday morning. Be sure to hear it. On the same program, you'll hear Mary Lee Taylor's special recipe for a favorite American dessert, strawberry shortcake with whipped topping. A recipe that will be your favorite shortcake recipe once you try it. So be listening for the dramatic Story of the Week and the special recipe of the week on Pet Milk's Mary Lee Taylor program, a Saturday morning highlight on NBC.
Now stay tuned for What's My Line on NBC.
The Reynolds Aluminum Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The Reynolds Metals Company, makers of Reynolds Aluminum, presents Fibber McGee and Molly, transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Keith Fowler and directed by Max Hutto, with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. Through the weeks past, you've heard described many of the modern uses of aluminum. The rust-proof metal that makes better windows and gutters for your home. The heat-reflective metal that adds to year-round comfort, either as insulation or as roofing and siding for farm buildings. Versatile aluminum that makes strong, safe parts for automobiles. And colorful foil packaging to protect the foods you buy. And, of course, your own favorite Reynolds Wrap, the pure aluminum foil. Now, we want to offer you free a fascinating booklet that is the story of aluminum itself, how it was discovered, what it is, and what it does. It's called The ABCs of Aluminum, and it's interesting reading for anybody, useful information for students and teachers. For your free copy of The ABCs of Aluminum, just address a postcard to Aluminum, Reynolds Metals Company, Louisville 1, Kentucky. That's Aluminum, Reynolds Metals Company, Louisville 1, Kentucky. If there was a fish in Dugans Lake that had the sources of information and the voice of Gabriel Heater, it would say, there's bad news today. Because a big fishing trip is getting underway at 79 Wistful Vista. Here in a kitchen full of sandwiches, fishing tackle, and tall talk, we find Fibber McGee and Molly.
Lunch is all packed, McGee, and as soon as the others get here, we'll start.
Boy, oh boy, what a time I and you and Doc and Ole and the Wilcox are going to have out there today, kiddo. I'll murder them fish.
Ah, yes.
I'll swoop down on that lake like a seagull and snag fish faster than you can snag nylons. I'll stack them up like firewood.
What about the rest of us?
Oh, you can clean them for me.
Well, that's a very generous thought, sweetheart, but don't forget some of the other boys are pretty good fishermen, too.
Ah, them guys. They don't know one fish from another.
Really? They say Dr. Gamble is very good.
Doc Gamble? Fop. That guy couldn't throw a hook into the seat of his own britches. And Tootsie, that is a target. Now, you just relax. Old Dad'll catch enough fish for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Betcha.
I seem to recall that the last time we went to Dugans Lake, your entire catch was one old rubber boot.
Yeah, the biggest rubber boot hooked there all year, too. A 10-pounder. And this time, I hope to hook the mate to it. That's my goal for today. 50 fine fish and a matched pair of boots.
You know, I was telling Mabel Toops how much you enjoy fishing that place, dearie.
Oh, yeah.
I said McGee always gets a boot out of Dugans Lake. My goodness, don't you get it, dearie? You caught a boot, catch a boot, get a boot?
Ain't funny, Mrs. McGee.
Mabel Toops laughed at it.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking of sending it to Bishop Sheen, but I guess...
Well, you just watch me. You just watch me fish today, Molly. You're talking to the old master of the fly rod. I'll show all them guys what...
Come in. Ah, good morning, Dr. Gamble.
Good morning, my dear.
Hi, Chubby.
Hi, Stubby. You folks ready to head for the lake? Ole and Harlow have gone on ahead.
The lunch is all packed. We'll go in our car.
Boy, I can hardly wait to get out there and show you tadpole ticklers how a real fisherman operates.
I'm glad you started popping off, Scattermouth.
What you mean?
I've talked to the other fellows, and we all agree that we won't stand for any of your fantastic fish stories this trip.
Well, gee whiz. I wish you wouldn't take that attitude, George. You're my buddy. And next to me, you're the best fisherman in the bunch.
Save the soft soap, McGee. You can't get around me with flattery.
I couldn't get around you with a 10-foot tape measure. It's worth a try, anyway.
Well, why not just stick to facts today, dearie? The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Okay, if that's the way you want it, but it's going to be awful dull. Well, come on, let's get started. Take my tackle box, will you, Molly?
I got it.
Grab the lunch basket, Fatso. Let's get out to the car.
You take it, McGee. That's not the doctor's job.
Why shouldn't he take the lunch out? He'll be bringing most of it back in that blubber-lined pot of his. Come on, let's get out to Dugans Lake.
Billy Mills and the orchestra and the Maple Leaf Rag.
There she is, kids. Dugan's beautiful lake.
Yes. Slow down, McGee. There's Holy and Mr. Wilcox waiting for us.
Yeah, I see him. I'll stop right next to him.
Need any help getting your foot out of the floorboard, Fireball?
Don't worry about me, Doctor. When I stop, I stop. Okay, fellas, here we are.
Well, we just got here ourselves. Hello, Molly.
Hello, Harlow.
Hello, Ole.
Hello, Doc.
Hello, Mr. Wilcox.
Hello, Ole.
Hello, Doc.
Hello, Mrs.
You guys are all through bowing and scraping. Let's go fishing, huh? Help Doc with the lunch basket, Junior. Ole, you grab the tackle boxes. No, you better help Doc with the lunch. Molly, get the tackle. No, Harley, you get the tackle. Molly, you take my fly rod. No, Doc, you take
We'll
my
unload the car, dearie. Just get out.
Yes, get out.
Trying to help. Ah, it's great to get out of doors into the great out of doors.
Perfect weather.
Yep, crisp and clear.
Boy, will I reel him in today. In weather like this, I can't miss like I never do anyhow.
Now it starts to get a little windy.
Ah, good old Dugans Lake. Reminds me of a place I used to fish up in Wisconsin. Lake Wakaminipatapooga.
Wakaminipatapooga?
Yeah, it's Indian. Indian name, meaning maybe fish don't bite here, but watch out for the mosquitoes. It was on that lake that I made the greatest catch of my life.
Here it comes.
Yep, caught myself a 3-pound rainbow trout.
What's so great about that?
This baby had one little added feature. He could talk.
A talking fish?
Yep. I just hauled him into the boat and was taking him off the hook when he gave me a kind of a dirty look, and he says to me, hey, watch it, bud, that hurts.
Oh, this I don't believe.
What do you mean you don't believe him? Did you ever have a hook in your lip? Probably did hurt.
No, pal, Ole didn't.
Anyhow, I figured I could make a fortune with the talking trout, so I sat right down with him there on the shores of Lake Wakaminipatapooga, and I worked us out a vaudeville act. Taught him a few jokes, a time step, and 2 choruses of side by side, and we were all set for the big time.
Oh, this is just ridiculous.
Let him go, Ole. Just let him run.
I was about ready to go into town and wire a booking agent when all at once the trout went temperamental on me. Yep, started arguing about money. I offered him $100 a week, but he wanted $500.
Pretty ungrateful of him, pal.
Yeah, especially for a fish that never had more than a couple of fins. Well, sir, I finally went up to 200 clams and a bucket of worms a week, but he was stubborn. Look, he says, giving me that cold eye, I ain't leaving this lake for a cent less than $500, and that's my last word, he says.
I hope it's yours.
Well, it was his last word, all right, because I got tired arguing with him, and I had him for dinner.
Aspirin, anyone?
Is aspirin the strongest you have, Doctor?
McGee, remember the talk we had before we left about tall tales?
Yeah, but what that got to do with
I told you I'd already talked to the boys about this. Now, here's our proposition. We'll forgive you for Lake Wakaminipatapooga.
But if you make up any more yarns today, we're going to throw you into Dugans Lake.
Yeah, with a 1, 2, 3 and a yo-heave-ho.
Oh, now, gee whiz, fellas.
And I won't lift a finger, boys.
Well, okay, that's fair enough, fellas. I won't exaggerate a thing today. And if I do, you can toss me in the lake. I'll stick to the absolute truth, so help me.
Ah, this'll be the day. Grab your tackle, men, and let's fish.
Now bring your rod back easy, Molly, and try it once more.
Yes, dearie.
No, Tootsie, no. That ain't the way to cast. You gotta let the fly drop down easy.
Yes, dearie.
Don't plop it down like a scoop of ice cream in a soda.
No, dearie.
And you too, Doc. Don't drift that fly down on the water like a cobweb. You want to plop it down a little, attract the fish's attention.
Yes, McGee.
They won't see it if you don't make a little ripple when you cast it.
No, McGee. How many fish have you caught, Molly?
3. And you, Doctor?
5. And you, McGee?
None. I've been wasting too much time trying to show you amateurs out of the goodness of my heart how to
McGee, why don't you move along and fish with Harlow for a while?
Yes, dearie. Visit with Mr. Wilcox.
Oh, well, if you don't appreciate all the advice and tips I've been giving...
Oh, no, it's not that, McGee. Your advice is greatly appreciated. I just don't want you around me.
Oh, well, that's different. I'll go fish with Harlow. Hi, Junior. Thought I'd come over and fish with you a while.
Doc chased you off, huh?
No, I just thought I ought to share myself, Junior. Sort of give all you guys the benefit of my experience as an angler.
Well, you're known all over town as a guy with an angle, I'll say that.
Hey, don't step on my rod. I've got it propped across the log there.
Hey, that's no way to fish for bass, Junior.
It isn't?
My gosh, it's a good thing I come over here. I've made quite a study of bass fishing, and I got a few new ideas I'm going to let you in on, boy.
Oh, swell, pal. I just got hold of something new I'm going to let you in on, too.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, it's the answer to one of your biggest problems.
Yeah? Which problem? How to get a fish hook out of your neck? How to get a fish hook out of your wife? Because that's a real problem.
No. The problem of how to keep your house looking new and beautiful. How to avoid those costly paint jobs.
Well.
And the answer is aluminum siding. Yes, aluminum. Finished in a gleaming baked-on enamel that looks like beautifully painted clapboard.
Yeah, but about fishing, Junior, you see, bass fishing is different from fishing for mudsuckers, for instance, on account
Just like aluminum siding is different from wood, because this aluminum siding never, but never needs painting.
Bass don't need painting either on account
It's
because...
fire-resistant, pal. It's rot-proof. It's rust-proof.
Yeah, bass are rust-proof, too. I've never seen a rusty bass in my whole life.
Being aluminum, it reflects the sun's rays away from your house. Keeps it cooler in summer. And what a handsome house it makes.
Yeah,
but beautiful baked-on enamel lasts and lasts for years.
Look, Junior, I come here to fish, not to have my aluminum enameled. I got me a brand new lure to show you.
That's what it gives your house, pal.
Huh?
A brand new allure.
Oh.
New beauty and lasting beauty. Just wash it off with a garden hose, and it looks like new again.
I wish I had a hose to wash you off with, because there must be some way to...
And it lasts because it's aluminum. Reynolds Aluminum. It's the Reynolds Metals Company that supplies leading manufacturers of this modern aluminum siding. Reynolds Aluminum, the greatest advancement...
Hey, Gabby.
Yes, pal.
In the first place, you had a strike on your line there, and in the second place, it got away.
Oh, that's okay.
My gosh, you'll never catch anything with your rod laying on a log that way. You got to hold it in your hand. When a bass strikes, you got to set the hook. You got to play.
Pal, are you going to tell me how to fish?
Well, that's what I come over here for, to show you how.
Look, I've already got 4 bass. Here, you see them? Pound apiece. How many have you got?
Okay, I'll go fish with Ole. Hi, Ole. Thought I'd come over and fish with you a while.
Wilcox chased you off, huh?
No, I'm just trying to be fair, that's all. Give everybody a break. How are you making out?
I get 6 fish.
Oh, that's not bad for a beginner.
McGee, I was catching fish when you was still shoeing your toes in the crib. I fish all the time back in Sweden.
Oh, you did, eh?
I sure did. Every day I go out with my friend Jon Jensen.
Oh?
That's the one that the girls all call Pretty Boy, you know.
Oh, I see.
Oh, Jensen, he was a good-looking fella.
Yeah, I sort of figured that.
But he liked the fish better than he liked the girls.
Oh?
And near where we lived was a lot of bass that nobody could catch those bass like Jensen could.
Big mouth?
No, Jensen was a good-looking fella. We have pike in Sweden, too, and the record for that special kind of pike was caught by Jensen.
Walleye?
No, Jensen was a good-looking fella. The biggest thing he ever hooked was a shark. It was one of those that scares you to look at, you know. But Jensen, he tries to land it.
Shovel nose?
No, Jensen was a good-looking fella. I tell him cut the line and let the shark go, but he won't listen. So his rod gets pulled out of his hands and carried away by that big shark.
Hammerhead?
Jensen sure was. Good-looking for stuff. So, can you talk about fish? Oh, quiet, McGee. Don't move. Stood still. Huh? The big bass just rose out there again. I've been watching him. He's a bopper.
Where?
Don't stomp the big feet around like that. You'll scare him away.
Where'd he rise? Where is he?
Out by the big rock. I've been watching for an hour, and as soon as he works in close to shore, I'll drop a fly.
Hey, stand back. I'll cast out there. I can reach it.
Oh, don't splash your line out there, McGee. I saw him first.
What do you mean? It's anybody's lake. I got as much right to scare him away as you have.
McGee, for an hour I watched that bass. I'm asking you like a gentleman.
It's a free country. I got a license. If I can get my fly out there to him, I'll... What you laying down your rod for? What you taking off your coat for? What you rolling up your sleeve for? Okay. If that's the way you're going to act, I'll go fish by myself.
The King's Men and Tenderfoot.
Tenderfoot, come over here. I got a secret for your ear.
Give a tenderfoot a horse and let him make a friend of him.
That's a secret he ought to know.
Teach him not to be afraid, or that'll be the end of him.
That's a secret he ought to know.
Let him learn to work and sweat, to roll a cigarette, to ride the range you bet. He'll be a the cowboy, Let him wear his Levi's tight and his jinks and chaps real low. Let him learn to roll his hat and to answer back real slow.
Give a tenderfoot a roll and let him put a loop in it. That's a secret he ought to know.
When he brings a critter down, tie off without a droop in it. That's a secret he ought to know.
When he's up on these routines,
Content with pork and beans,
he'll know what living means.
and he will be a man's man, a cowboy. Let him end each day at sundown, ready for the dinner gong. Let him feel he's earned his money working doggies all day long. When he pulls his velvet tight and fights with all his might for what he knows is right, then he will be a man's man, a cowboy, a cowboy, a cowboy.
Nobody wants to fish with me, huh? Nobody even wants me around. Okay, I'll show 'em. I'll catch a bass that'll make what them guys have got look like a fugitive from a sardine can. I saw a big one last year up around this bend here, and if I'm lucky...
Well, hello there, Johnny.
Oh, hi, old-timer. I didn't see you there. What you doing out here, fishing?
You guessed it, Johnny. Wouldn't come all the way out here just to wash my worms.
My gosh, you fishing with worms?
Is there something else to fish with?
Certainly. Gee whiz, all us experts use flies, boy. Worm fishing, that's for kids.
Well, I guess I'm just a child at heart, Johnny. I don't understand fly fishing, but I dig worms.
You never catch anything that way. Let me show you how to use a dry fly.
That's very friendly of you, Johnny. Careful, don't step on that string of bass there.
Bass? Oh. Yeah, I didn't see them.
I'll leave them on the ground because there ain't room for them in my basket.
Oh?
It's full of perch. Now, what was you saying about a fly?
Forget it. You got any extra worms?
Oh, handful of them.
Give me one.
Not doing so good, huh?
Frankly, old-timer, I'm desperate. There, I got him on there. Now, stand back, will you? I'm going to cast over by that sunk log over there. Now, watch it. That's where I want it. There, you been out here long?
Quite a spell, Johnny. Left town this morning right after the big excitement.
What big excitement?
You ain't heard?
No.
A lion escaped from the Wingding Brothers Circus.
A lion?
The town ain't been so electrified since they took down the gas lamps in 1911.
Anybody hurt?
Only the chief of police.
Oh?
He seen the lion coming, yanked out his gun, and shot himself in the foot. The lion meandered on down Oak Street and stuck his head in Hogan's hardware store.
Well...
Most of Hogan is still stuck in a stovepipe that he tried to crawl into. Then a critter headed out of town and was last seen...
I got one. I got a strike.
I see him, Johnny. Hey, look at him strip line.
Oh, brother, I hope I can hold him. Man, oh, man, he... Wow, look at him break water.
Hold him, Johnny. Keep it right up. Get him line.
Oh, I hope I can land this.
Let him run. Drag him in. Get him line.
I'm trying to keep him from...
Keep your right up. Hold his head down. Okay, give him slack. Keep it tight line. Let him run.
Hey. Holy smoke. I got to concentrate.
I'll get the net.
Yeah. He's tired now. He's coming in. Boy, oh, boy. Now watch it with that net. Easy, easy. Here he comes.
I'll get him. Got him.
Holy smoke, look at that bass. Long as your arm.
He's a doozy, Johnny. Biggest big-mouth bass I ever seen.
Oh, this is wonderful. Wait till them wise guys around the bend see this baby. Boy, oh, boy, this is my day. Well, drag him in the grass there while I get out my pocket scale.
Right? Look at that mouth.
Wow.
Like to have that full of bull moose nickels.
Let me hang the scale on this tree limb here. That's it. Come on now, hang the bass onto it. Careful now. Hook his gill over the hook. That's it.
There you are. Wow. 10 pounds, 8 ounces.
Wow, 10.5 pounds. Why, that's a record. Wait till Doc Gamble and them other mugs that doubted me. Wait till they get... What was that noise, old-timer?
No. Look over yonder, Johnny. Coming through the brush.
Oh.
If a tall tomcat ain't been taking vitamin pills, that's an escaped lion.
Oh, my gosh, he's heading right for us. What'll we do? Let's do it fast while I got the strength to do it.
Better duck behind that big oak tree and don't get in my way while we're ducking.
Scoot over, will you? Scrunch down, old-timer. Give me room.
Stop clambering all over me, Johnny. Get your hind foot out of my hip pocket.
I don't think the lion saw us. He's just sort of prowling around.
He's sniffing at your fish, son.
Sniffing my clavicle, he swallowed it whole. You see that?
Bones and all.
Oh.
Went down his gullet easy as an oyster.
Oh, there he goes, back through the brush, with my big mouth bass for ballast. Well, what do we do now?
I'm going to shake for about 15 minutes. And I'll run into town with the circus folks and tell them where I feed the lion.
I'll go tell Molly and the guys what happened. This is the biggest day in my life. 10.5 pounds that baby weighed. I'm the big mouth champ of the whole county. Fibber McGee, the big mouth champion. Hey, Molly. Hey, Molly. Hey, Molly. Hey, fellas. Hey, Doc. Hey, fellas.
What is it, McGee? What is it?
I done it. Hey, Ollie. Hey, fellas. I done it.
What is it, dearie? What's the matter?
Stop jumping up and down, McGee. What happened? I done it up the lake with my little fly rod. I caught the biggest bass ever come out of this lake. 10 pounds and 8 ounces.
Great Scott, 10 pounds?
10 pounds and a half.
Good for you, dearie.
Hey, that's a big fish.
Yeah, that's great, McGee. Where is it? Let's see it.
Yeah, don't keep us in suspense, pal. Where is it? Show it to us.
Well, I can't show it to you. I hung it on a tree and, well, it weighed 10.5 pounds, you see.
Yeah.
Well, I was getting ready to bring it over here and...
Well, where is it?
Well, a lion ate it.
Oh, McGee.
That did it. Grab him, fellas.
Hey, now, wait a minute.
You made a bargain, blabbermouth. In the lake you
but
go.
It's true. I'm not fibbing. Turn loose to me.
Grab his older leg, Vilcos. I got it. Hold his arm, Stock. Got him.
No, fellas, let go of me. A lion really did.
1 and...
No.
2 and...
A lion.
3!
No!
There goes a good kid. Just can't help stretching the truth.
Fibber and Molly return in a moment. This is the place where we usually tell you some new work-saving, food-saving use of Reynolds Wrap, the pure aluminum foil in kitchen rolls. But in this closing message of the season, we'd like to turn the tables and ask you to tell us what new uses of Reynolds Wrap you have discovered. Every day, the Reynolds Metals Company gets letters and postcards with wonderful ideas that are passed on, so women everywhere can make their kitchen chores easier and their mealtimes more enjoyable with Reynolds Wrap. Why not drop us a line and tell us of your uses for Reynolds Wrap? Just write it on a postcard to Reynolds Wrap, Louisville 1, Kentucky. And let it remind you to check the supply of your pantry shelf. Your dealer has Reynolds Wrap in standard 25-foot and 75-foot jumbo economy rolls. Also heavy-duty Reynolds Wrap, half a yard wide. Made by the world's largest producer of aluminum foil, the Reynolds Metals Company.
Well, McGee, it's time to say goodbye again for the summer.
Yep, it's been another swell season, hasn't it? How many years is this now on NBC? 65 or 73?
Well, I forget, but we owe a lot of thanks to a lot of nice people.
Yes, we do. All of us on the show here want to thank our sponsor, the Reynolds Metals Company, and thanks to NBC for the use of the hall.
And especially thanks to a lot of good friends who have listened to us every Tuesday night.
We hope you all have a very pleasant summer.
Yes. And keep a tube burning in your radio, will you? We'll be back in the fall.
Good night.
Good night, all.
Reynolds Metals Company, pioneers of progress through aluminum, has brought you Fibber McGee and Molly transcribed with Bill Thompson, Arthur Q. Bryant, Dick LeGrand, and me, Harlow Wilcox. Don't forget to see Mr. Peepers, starring Wally Cox, on NBC television Sunday nights. And watch your local papers for our return in the fall. Good night.
Tonight, play Two for the Money with Herb Schreiner on NBC.